Hello and welcome. This is it. It is the grand finals of the FSL Valorant First Open for this year's Circuit 2021. Of course, we are your casters. Hey, I'm Quack, and this is going to be Jenny Ray Rachuli. Talk us through this matchup. I mean, it's going to be Alter Ego Celeste versus Mad Army.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier on, I think towards the end of the last game as well. This is what, our fifth time that we're seeing a Celeste play this entire weekend. I consider it a privilege that we, the English cast, got Group C yesterday, which means we were
really
able to just cast all of Celeste's group stage games. Just absolutely mind-blowing. Just Celeste showing that they're a really flexible team that can play fast, they can play slow. We haven't really seen them play slow. I mean, they like to play fast. They're pretty hard-hitting. Also, interestingly, I think Celeste, every single game so far where they've been able to have side selection, they've always picked to start on defense first. So that's definitely one thing to note. This first time around, the map is going to be on Haven because we are in a best of 3 situation, so the format's just very slightly different. I think the whole weekend we were playing best of 1, so this time there was more of that map ban, kind of that mind games that teams do. So I think it was Mad Army who picked Haven, and then Celeste picked a defense. Mad Army, of course, they're a pretty great team themselves. I mean, this full Thailand roster, 6 Immortals. These girls are very highly ranked. Also, as we've been talking about a couple of times, Muffin and Yoki, previously from the Seven Sins roster, that won FSL Season 2 and then came in second in Seasons 3, 4, and 5. So definitely both these squads, a lot of experience coming in.
That's absolutely right. It's a little bit of a grudge match between these two teams as well. But I just want to say it's very smart that Mad Army decided to ban Split during the pick and ban phase. I mean, time and time over again, Alter Ego Celeste has proven that they are the queens of Split. Anytime there is a map where shotguns will perform really well, they tend to dominate. So coming into Haven might be slightly different. We have to wait and see.
There are a couple of really good shotgun short spots over on this map as well. Particularly a sewer is a really good shotgun spot.
Oh yeah.
You're like, how do I farm this strat for Elo? Yeah, it's a sewer, especially, as well as garage at the entrance. So those are kind of IMO the best spots for shotgun. Also over at B, if say you're playing something like a KJ, you can kind of set up your tower crossfire with a short range gun over at the entrance. That's also an option.
You're absolutely right, but something just caught my eye. Ayumi is the very first player in this entire FSL Valorant
Shut
Open.
The front door!
She is going with Astra. Thank you so much.
We've been waiting for an Astra pick this entire weekend. We've been talking about it during the breaks. We're like, okay, like, you know, we're going through the skills, trying to make sure we're prepared, but no, gets taken out right at the start by Muffin. We've been talking about how Muffin so on point with that pistol shooting as well. So picks up that nice entry kill with the Ghost. Bunch of smokes, utilities being used. Muffin picks it a double kill. Tarathia, though, does pick up Baby TZ over around the side. Yandel getting the plant down. 3v4, not the end of the world. There's that wall just going to completely block off entrance from Garage there, and Tarathia is trying to make it happen. You gotta load one whole magazine into that stage wall, even when it's, I think, 400, you know, before the 8-second, before it's double. But on the pistol round, it's going to take a long time to shoot down that wall. Margot, meanwhile, over by C-Long. Nice double peek there.
Oh my gosh, but it's just absolutely destruction from the side of Mad Army. They've been nailing their shots. It's all up to Tarathio. She comes up huge with the triple kill, though. Walls off the C-Long, but Yoki is right behind you. That was an incredible retake, but also Yoki just held her own, taking Tarathio down. But
I love that. I love that Yoki is like, hey, you remember me? You remember that girl from that team that beat you guys in FSL once? Well, I'm back. We're back in another grand final matchup, and we ain't gonna go down easy. This is just what we want to see. I mean, a couple of games ago when they were still playing in the middle of the upper bracket, we did see the Alter Ego Celeste versus Mad Army, and it was like a 13-1 in favor of Celeste. We were like, you know, grand finals, this is where Mad Army are pulling out all the stops.
All the stops, and right now, all the Buckies from Alter Ego Celeste. We saw 4 of them. And like you said, Garage is one of those really strong positions, and that's why Ayumi has positioned herself right here, but she's going to eat a paint shell. Smart play using the smoke to obscure vision and push them off of this garage position. Of course, they will be walling up B right now. It's going to be a very quick take, but also one of the most difficult sites to hold just because of an A and C link. It's the Bucky shot. It shuts Baby's down, but at the same time, Spectres are really, really strong. It takes down all 4 players from Alter Ego Celeste. It's all up to Neri right now. She doesn't have any utility, so forced to play the shotgun from long range. She takes a hit, and as well, she's going to fall. So 2-0 is the starting scoreline, and I mean, just well played by Mad Army.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate for Neri. I mean, we've been talking about the, that round crosshair on the shotgun this entire time, but if you were just watching that crosshair, it was a bang on top of 3 people's heads each time she ducked back. He came back out. It was just square on their head, so it's just nothing about the tracking, nothing about the aim. Her aim was really on point. It's just, Bucky, long range, come on.
Yeah, come on. It's not quite going to work out. So this time they are deciding to force back into this. We are still holding on to our Spectres and Alter Ego Celeste.
She gonna boost herself? Okay, she doesn't. So she's just gonna wall herself off. There's a kind of opportunity where, you boost yourself up to as high as the opposing box. But she's just gonna be a bit safer this time around, Margot. I think taking a bit of splash damage from that pain shell, just straight at 1v1. Spray and pray right there. Picks up that 1 kill. There's that Astra orb. Has to reload. 4v2.
Yeah, they heard those footsteps. They know they're around that corner. They're just looking for it. Jamil has no choice but to switch. He does find the first, tries to go for the second, but Ayumi was prepared. Headshot to Jamil, and yeah, this is a very standard 3-round opening. Of course, though, Alter Ego Celeste, I think they're starting to be a little bit more serious about this. It is the grand finals after all. We're not going to give anything up the chance. Maybe not so much with the full smeek, but more of the Vandals and the rifles. Double smoke setup, though. That's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, tell us more about the double smoke setup. I mean, we were talking during the breaks, we were talking yesterday. Walk us through this.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you have 2 controllers, right? That's a Yumi as well as, I think, Margot. We have an Omen and an Astra. You're going to be able to control these sites very, very well. Just smoking off so many. I mean, you're seeing that right there. Even if Margot pops her smokes, Astra will be able to support with even more smokes. So they don't really have to worry that much about blocking off all of these sites. At the same time, if you see a star like what we just saw from, I think, one of the Mad Army players, you don't want to approach it. You go close, and you never know. You might get hit by a Gravity Well, you might get hit by a Nova Pulse, and that will hurt you. Right now, though, all 5 players are bunched up around this A short.
Such a good spot.
Margot, they didn't see it because of the smoke, and right now she picks up a double kill. Iceberg is there to support as well, and Mad Army was not prepared for this. Like I was talking about, another smoke pops up, and just like that, they're not quite sure how to approach the site anymore. Do they rotate? If they do, and Neri's at the back, how do they proceed? Oh, headshot.
Yeah, Neri with that super sweet flank. Gonna spy out Muffin over outside. Game shells, though, don't even need it. Yermo gets taken down by a Neri's Vandal.
That's very
with
smart.
that, yeah, that's gonna be a 2v2. And as you're saying, just very good use of Astra right there. And that really sneaky teleport onto on top of that box spot. I think a lot of people don't expect to check that high up when you're going into Sewer, especially considering that it was the middle of the round. Usually by then, if you're doing that at the start, you kind of expect the Omen to have gone off elsewhere. You're going to still be camping that spot in the middle of the round. But yeah, Astra, she's got one of the, she's got a lot of strong stuff in her kit. And we were saying, when you see the star, I think one of the broken things right now about that is that she can actually place it at the round start. And she's not affected by range all across the map. She could literally place the stars anywhere she wants. Even if you see it, you really can't tell where she placed it from. So yeah, there you can see Ayumi. That's kind of that little, I would
Astral
say,
form.
it looks like Minecraft. It looks like you're in one of those like map editor
Creative mode.
Yeah, creative mode. And it's really, it's actually, if you're not used to it, it's really hard to know where to place your stars and stuff. It kind of has that same drawback as Omen, where you kind of need to go into the range and make sure, you have that like 3D thing, exactly how to lay down the stuff. Yeah, as she's saying, right, about there, I think kinda we're gonna go with here, but not Ayumi. She's definitely shown that she's got a lot of practice on this champ.
Yeah, I mean, these 2 stars that she's currently placed right now are not, random. She's doing that on purpose.
Ayumi's the star.
Exactly.
right? Let's be clear. Ayumi is the star right here.
She is the star player. It's very smart because these 2 stars alone will lock down mid as well as C long. If they decide to peek or push, she has the option to turn those into smokes or a stun, and it's not going to be easy for Mad Army to go and proceed onto these sites.
We are in a bit of a pause situation right now. I guess it, gives us some good time to catch up on the Astra kit also. And you know that the star, she has that I can't remember what the actual term is. You know that where it can suck you into out of position.
Gravity well, yeah.
Yeah, the gravity well. Yeah, so it if you put it down on the plant site and someone is planting, it actually doesn't stop you from planting. You keep planting through it. The thing is, if you position the star well, it will actually suck you out of the plant site, and that's how it stops you. So good Astra players, that's how they will want to utilize that to maximize that potential.
That is completely right, and at the same time, you're going to have to stay alive long enough for you to be able to use your abilities. If not, those stars will just stay on the ground and they don't do anything at all. But right now, Ayumi's trying to contest this long position. Muffin has applied a little bit of pressure, but she's fallen off.
Outside of garage.
They're trying to make a garage game, and Neri's the only one here. She dodges the flash, tries to connect the spray, but she does get 2 players down to red health. That is enough if you ask me. Showstopper into play as well. And that's the thing about Astra, you will not be quick enough to use your abilities the moment a fight starts happening. So 2v4 right now, it's all up to Margot. Let's see what she's going to do. 1v3, she does get Baby's down, and they know that she's currently in garage.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down.
Yeah, CT side completely walled off right now, so that's not an option for her. Wonder if Celestè are going to try and push her through window, but it looks like Margot gets that first positioning right there. And you can see just tracking the other players. Oh, that squat! That was nicely done. We were just talking about how good her crosshair placement was over on the CT side and then on the right side. However, done in by the old squat play.
That's the thing, your standard default crosshair placement is around head height.
And that's the thing, because this really only works against high elo. So around, if you're playing around gold, I'm not going to say this is high elo or not. If you're playing around gold, most people are going to go for a body shot instead of hit anyway. So if you squat, they actually shoot you in the hit because they're aiming for the body. So it's like the reverse Uno card that they do. But high elo though, squatting, big brain.
When in doubt, you pop a squat. But right now, it's going to be Margot who tries to go for A control. She's trying to gain information off of this. At the same time, if she ensures that there isn't a single player over by A lobby, she gets the ult orb for free. So that's the important thing about map control on Haven. You want to secure all these sites, and of course, if you do, it gives you a free ult orb. You play the long game, and you gain those game-changing ultimates. Right now, Yoki pushing towards C long. A lot of these stars right now are controlling the map, but Muffin just really quick peek, gets a headshot, Baby's as well, and all of a sudden players are down around the C site. They know that they can push into Iceberg, but the Bucky is there to make a statement. She gets one, not the second, and Mad Army will have control over C site.
Yep, Yamro going for the long plant instead of default. This time around, this 3v4. Omen as well as Sage go with ultimates actually, so Celestè could make this a 5v2 if they wanted, but Jamil picking up Tarathiel.
That was through the smoke as well. I think it was really well timed to peek. She knows that it takes about a second before the Omen smoke just pops, so you get a quick millisecond, a small window opportunity to get the shot, and yeah, as soon as it dissipates, Yamro, it was ready for that headshot as well. Mad Army, very, very strong start. And it's not looking too good for Alter Ego Celestè right now. Not the start that we were quite expecting.
Yeah, down 2 and 4 actually this time around. Just taking a look at the eco real quick. It looks like they're going to go for a couple of Spectres, a couple of pistols here and there. Yep, there's the Bucky. On Iceberg though. So Inari, she's gonna use the gun that IMO she's best at. The Sheriff one taps to the head with that full shield as well. So a lot of gun restraint, although Iceberg is using the Bucky. So yeah, it works out versus 5 rifles on this map. Instant destroyal of the recon ball. Just not gonna get as much. You can see just kind of 2 down, A long, 1 in sewer, but 2 still kind of roaming around mid. Here's Margot with this really sneaky spot. She's got a stinger.
Yeah, she knows there are players nearby as well. Gets the second headshot. Now Paranoia to secure the second rifle. And that is Yamro going down. Muffin, though, she has entry over by A Long, and they're going in fast and hard. Yumi has something to say about that, though. With the Sheriff, she's going to back off and use the Star to create a little bit more space, making it easier for the retake. Still, Muffin is going to go in with the spike plant, but Aneri is sneaking up A short. She doesn't know that she's there. And like you said, that's the gun that she's the best at. It's going to take 2 shots, but she will get the win.
Yeah, whew, that flank. I mean, it's great that they got the plant down. They got that extra 300 credits with the bomb plant, but just 1v2. She just got flanked, got pincered between Sewer as well as Heaven. So the thing is, when you play on default, it kind of shields you from anyone over in Heaven from shooting you because they can't wallbang you in that position. However, it doesn't protect you from the flank from Sewer or if someone walks out from CT. So nicely done. Gonna make it 8-4v3. It's gonna going into the Astra purple interface, and her ult looks like that too. It's so pretty. The first time I saw Astra ult in game, I just paused for a second. I was like, wow.
It's all about that purple. Right now, it's going to be a Neri with a showstopper. She's looking. She gets 2 kills! Oh my god! Yoki and Yevro, not where you wanted to head towards. Of course, though, that is what you do when you hear a showstopper being popped. Just hightail it away, but not quite happening today. Right now, though, so much space. Spike is down as well, and Jamil, she is waiting for an opportunity. Babies, though, looking around mid, this is not where Alter Ego Celeste was expecting them to be. They do get a little bit of information off of that, and hearing that, Aneri knows, okay, I have got to back out of there before I get killed by Jamil or Babies. They're heading towards C Long right now, and Aneri's prepared for this. She gets the information off of Iceberg. She hears the footsteps. Hunter's Fury is available as well, but she doesn't even need it. Just goes for the peek, gets a shot. Now going for the second. It's going to be another double kill on the side of Alter Ego Celeste. Baby's last one left alive. She has her curveball, but I don't know if it's going to be quite enough. It takes them off the spike for just 1 second, but it is still a 1v2. Going back in for it, she does get 1, and now she has a chance of winning this. 1v1. Going for the jump and jiggle peek. She's sticking it, but Baby's gets the shot in the end. It's the 1v2 clutch. And Baby's wins it for her team 5-3.
That was so well played. We mentioned earlier in the middle of the round, you know, they planned for long. They knew that if you have the man disadvantage, long is really where you want to be because then you can just have that straight line of sight. Try and defend it, and she played that so well. She actually had 2 of her flares still left at the end. She used one. She heard the sound, and she actually waited long enough until she knew that they wouldn't actually get halfway through the defuse. She used her first flare, got that first kill, went back, waited those few crucial seconds again just to make sure that they would never gonna get that defuse off. So well played.
That is the key phrase, those few crucial seconds. Sometimes if you peek a little bit too quickly along with your flash, players anticipate it and you will get shut down. But of course, Muffin, I mean, you can't anticipate her. She's playing aggressively as well, but she knows that there are players over by B that enables her to push in with the information. Oh my gosh, she just took down 2. It's a 3v5 right now for Alter Ego Celeste, and she's cutting Margot off on the rotate, but Margot was prepared for it, just swinging and getting the headshot. 4v2 right now. The spike isn't down just yet.
Yeah, I think Margot heard the satchel over from the side, so figured that it was just gonna be there. Misses the headshot though. Yamro picking up a Yumi from Margot with the response kill. Onto Yamro. Baby TC finally gonna pick off Margot at the end there, making it a 0-3 in that. 3 members from a Mad Army made it through to that one. Also, go back to the Ray's ult. That Showstopper picked up the double kill earlier at the stars. One thing I want to say about that is that Ray's ultimate Showstopper actually only does lethal damage if you get caught in the middle. So if you have full shield, it does 150 from the center. But if you're not bang in the middle of the blast, it actually only does splash damage. So it won't kill you. It'll come close, but it won't kill you even though you're close. So the way you want to run away from that as a team is you don't want to stand next to each other. Because then you both get caught in the center. You want to kind of stagger yourself a bit so that situation where you get double doesn't happen.
That is completely true, but regardless of that, Yumi is using her stars very, very well. The regardless.
Oh, that was
Margot.
such a good spot right above the smoke. They wouldn't have seen her coming. They would barely have seen her hit. And the thing is, you know, Omen, that blue hit over that blue smoke, you kind of blend in. So, like, no one really expects you to be there. So that was very nicely played. You're kind of swapping that utility where it's like one smoke for one kill, which is absolutely worth it in my book.
Absolutely worth it.
Satchel out.
Anything is
no.
worth a kill. Muffin, she sees it. She
points.
sniffs blood and she's going hunting. It's the judge! Jumping headshot again from this lady. Oh my god.
Someone needs to arrest this girl quick because this should not be allowed. But Tarakio picking up Yamro once again. A bit of a rough
Third
game
judge
for
kill.
Yamro. Yeah, that's the third one. She picks up Margot as well, making
Oh,
it
no.
a 3K.
Iceberg.
Spike planted.
Does she
Oh,
hear Muffin?
She's stuck here. Oh, but she knows they ran into C. She can hear the footsteps.
Okay, nice swing out to
Yikes.
Yoki. Still, Muffin is prepared for this, and yeah, don't even need a rifle, don't even need a judge. It's gonna be the Spectre that does the headshot. 7-3 right now, and Mad Army are looking very good, very confident, and I think it's all thanks to Muffin with her aggressive entries. She's taken a small page out of Alter Ego Celeste's playbook.
Yeah, and I like what we're seeing because, you know, we were saying that, you know, Celeste, they pretty much won every single game, so they had that good, like, 2-hour break coming into the finals, whereas Mad Army had to fight their way through the lower bracket semis, the lower bracket finals to make it back for the rematch. And the thing is, that kind of goes one or two ways for each team. Sometimes for some teams, you know, you take a 2-hour break, but some teams like to just play every single game to keep themselves warmed up, make sure that, like, all systems go 100% every single second. And I think that's what we're seeing from Mad Army, that, you know, they played through all the matches and now they're so warmed up and ready.
Oh yeah, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, and that's what the Mad Army is all about. It's gonna be an A split right now. Showstopper committed onto the site. They hear it and they are hiding from it. Still, it shoots to the bottom of the window, I think, so it doesn't actually hit Margot or Iceberg. It's going to be a 1v1 trade as they take the fight from Heaven. Margot going back just to get the heal. Still 4v4. Spike is going down. Spike.
Yeah, a lot of members still up alive. There's the wall, not quite really blocking off of a CT. Omen TP. They do hear the sound though. There's that cage. It's gonna block up a lot of vision as well as the Omen smoke blocking out Sewer. There's the Defin. Taratho gonna get taken out by Yamril after she gets that debuff from Omen. A very nice headshot by Yamril onto Ayumi, but does get taken out by Aneri.
Enemy remaining.
Picking up
Enemy
two.
remaining.
Well, picking up Margot around the back of that too, and wow, Jamil coming up big at the end of that with the double kill. Coming out
Last
clutch.
round in the half.
Very smart plays from Jamil. You could see what Ayumi was trying to go for there, using her Astra Stars, creating smokes, and just clearing out the hell position, right? She placed a star there, used her Nova Pulse. But the thing about Astra is that you can only place stars in the Astral form. It takes a little bit of time to do that, and Jamil knows how to exploit it. She played around the smokes, and she knew how to win those 1v1 duels, and ultimately getting a 1v2 clutch for her team. And right now, they're sitting at a very comfortable 8-3. It's going to be the last round of the first half, and Mad Army are not showing any signs of stopping whatsoever. They're still going at it, but Alter Ego Celeste, they want to go a little bit aggressive this time. A lot of smokes around mid, and that gives Tarathiel all the space she needs to push up aggressively. And now Iceberg spots the teleport. She takes her down. It's going to be a 3K for the side of Alter Ego Celeste. It's all to Yoki in a 1v3. Showstopper, and she cannot stop the show from going on.
That was so nicely played
Switching
from the
sides.
squad of Alter Ego. Celeste right there. Iceberg also, I mean, you do get the sound cue from Omen, but you're never really quite sure where he's going to TP to. She just kind of used her big brain at that point and figured, okay, he's very likely going to be hiding behind the box. So she suspected it, and then when he showed up, she knew. So that was very nicely done. She did pick up, I think, the double right there in the end of that round. What can we say? It was just a Neri going nuts on Rays.
Absolutely nuts, but right now it's the start of the second half. Maybe the side that Alter Ego Celeste are a little bit more comfortable on, it's going to be attack. You can see that they're bunched up towards C right now, and that tells me they're kind of just forfeiting map control over A. They want to go a little bit quick on this C site, maybe even a split take from Garage. We have the star already, and Jamil senses it. She sees danger. She's not going to stay on the side anymore. In fact, just use the camera and maybe the trip wire. Neri leading the charge, just pushing in super aggressively. They already have the site just like that. Wall up as well. It's going to be the full-on 5v5 pistol retake.
Full-on 5v5 just shots to the walls. You're saying pistol round is going to be hard for that one to connect. But whoa! Headshot through that smoke. Baby TZ, baby girl. Look at that shooting.
Yeah, I think it was the Sage ponytail that gave it away. Oh no. She saw it through the smoke, and oh, this is the strength of Astra, but unfortunately the stun does not get you off the defuse, and baby TZ. What was that, 4K in that round?
Yeah, but that was also really close for the Sage diffuse time.
Super close.
Wait, baby T, she used your hot hands at the end right there. Well, it's free.
It is free, and I mean, just very smart positional plays from Baby TZ. I mean, she stopped them towards the start on the retake, and then she pushed herself into an off-ankle position. I mean, the moment that you hear the spike defuse getting tapped, your instinct is to kind of just go in, okay, I got to stop the diffuser, right? But Baby TZ, she knows that that's going to happen, and that's when she waits for you to push in. She gets the quick kills, and she wins the round for her team.
I love this dart. It's the high dart. It's going to go over, yep, onto that corner, but Muffin knows that that's where it's going to land, though. Well played from both sides.
Denies it really quickly, but they still get information off of that. They know that there is at least one player over by A-Long. Still, it's pressure that's being created, so the Altorp will not be able to go over to the side of Mad Army. A lot of pressure being created around every single corner right now. I mean, there's pressure over by Garage, there's pressure over by Mid, just by sheer presence alone, but still, she held it a little bit too tight, I think.
Yeah, Spectre versus a Sheriff as well. So I think the Phoenix, she ran in, so it's going to be hard to try and track her with the Sheriff versus a Spectre of the gun diff. So there's her after plus to reload.
Oh, wow.
TZ picking up by Yumi. That was really well done with that run it back as well. So she does get quite a bit of information with that. Iceberg just going to launch a shock dart over towards a link. Margot does hear the footsteps. She hears the rotation coming around by CT.
Oh my god, Jamilo. Oh no.
Yikes.
Big yikes. Oh, that's another big yikes.
Oh,
and she peeks with the paint shells. Tarathiel, last
Disaster.
one alive. 1v4 with the Sheriff.
She was at 2 health too. They just used the paint shells for zone. Yeah, it's kind of like the paint shells for panic. You know, you toss it out and you know that they're gonna panic because they're low health, but Tarathiel picks one up off of Yoki
10
with
seconds
that
left.
pistol. Very low on health. You have 16 HP. You're gonna go down 1 versus 3, but really good attempt. They're gonna make it a 10 and a 4 now after the swap. So, Celeste, you know, we're saying Mad Army, they picked Haven. Celeste opted to start on the defensive side, but you know, if you ask me, I would say that Celeste actually really is more of an attacking favorite team. Not to say that they're bad on defense, because they're really good on defense, but I think in the last 2 days, just the way that we are looking at their play style, they've been able to get so far ahead on the defensive round that we haven't been able to see as much of them on the attacking side. So, love to see if they can make this comeback happen. Of course, it is a best of 3, you know, so if you drop one game, you're still out game 2 and game 3. There's that wall to absolutely deny anyone into a sewer.
It is a best of 3, but you don't want to use all your 1-ups that quickly. I think one of the reasons why Haven isn't performing so well for Alter Ego Celeste right now is because it's just, there are so many corners and areas to look out for, and this is the one that favors Muffin and Yoki. The team play on these girls, they know how to support each other, they have each other's backs, and Celeste, I mean, they're kind of spread thin. They're not quite sure how to enter these sites, and oh, Mario just narrowly misses the shots.
Yeah, actually, man down. You've been saying that on a map such as Haven, you want to be able to use the man difference to your advantage. The thing is, when you're 3v5 and you're on attack, that really kind of negates the fact that Haven is more attacker side, because they have 5 people they can afford to split on the site, protect it a bit better. But they do make it a 3v4. Ayumi does get one off of Yamro, just make it a bit more even. Iceberg starting the plan up. Baby TZ on the side though.
She is the one to look out for, but all of her utilities have been spent. And here comes Muffin. Just blast back onto the site. They weren't expecting her to be there, but still, Iceberg and Margot, the perfect crossfire. You try to push in through C-Link, but you will get shut down. And that is the comeback from Alter Ego Celeste. Now that they have rifles, they're playing a little bit more seriously, and it's going to take a lot more from Mad Army to stop them.
You know, I think I know what Celeste need.
What's up?
They need the Celestial Skin line. They need to run 5. I wanted to say that in the lobby in like all chat just now. I was like, can you guys use Yo Celeste, use the Celestials. Come on, it's free real estate.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I spotted one of those Celestial cows, but still, it's going to be the counter-aggression from Mad Army right now. I don't know if Celeste are aware of this. The Showstopper should give it away. But then again, Mad Army, they're kind of with a broken economy right now. Margot watching the flank. Meanwhile, everyone else will be watching the site.
Spike planted.
Holding short position with the shorty straight to the hit. Only got 1 bullet left though, but no, she's gonna swap to her rifle. Does get taken out though in that instance where she was swapping guns. So well played response from the squad of AE Celeste right now. Baby TC, last one left alive. Is anyone on her team that could try clutch was out? Would have been her, but does get taken out by Tarathia with that Vandal. But I mean, it's not all that bad for Mad Army. You know, they have 5 rounds in the lead. Before that, they knew that, you know, they're just gonna eco that round, just get their economy back to closer to where they want it, and they've still got the 4-round advantage.
Yeah, not too bad for Mad Army just yet, but then again, they don't want to give up too much. Alter Ego Celeste are at the very edge of coming back into this game. It might be 4 rounds, but once you give them the momentum, they just don't stop.
Oh, she picked up the spike. I thought she was actually going to drop it over around B, which is usually what we see a lot of competitive teams do for Haven, just because, you know, split map, they kind of decided to team to side. But they do pick it up. Looks like they are going to commit to C. They just use their rifles, just shoot that sage wall down over at C long. There's a slow arm just trying to deny their entrance onto the site. There's a Yoki. Not sure she wants to try to make some shots through the smoke. Would reveal her position, so she's just opting to go for that little sneaky spot over by the left in the back at Generator. Yeah. Playing this really slow.
Pace is definitely slowed down a lot.
You can see the camera that they're using over on A site as well, because they're just not really sure where AE Celeste is. They're like, you know, it might be a fake. Maybe there was only 2 people over at long. So Mad Army also playing this very carefully on the defense, but looks like Paint Chills onto C site.
Yeah, here it is. It's already the C side getting sent over onto Celeste's side. Yoki, as well as the other player over in Garage, starting to mount this comeback. But they first have to take down the Sage Wall. Maybe wait for the smoke to dissipate. There it goes. Still though, all 4 players are already positioned over by C. It is planted for long after all.
Yeah, Emerald was so worried about the left. I thought for sure there was going to be someone on the left side right there. And that's a very sneaky spot.
She's sticking it. Muffin, she's going all the way. Iceberg, she's still on her drone. No, that's not what you want to have happen. But still, the bloodbath is starting. Celeste get a lot of shots, but not quite the defuse stop.
That was really close. You can see the, alright, you guys can't see it back home. We can see it. There was like in the chat because, you know, Muffin just typed, we talked about this yesterday. She just typed 5 in chat, which like, if you know, solo queue, you need any like the Thai players, that's kind of their way of laughing.
It's a little bit of a taunt.
Like, oh my god.
Haha, I got the defuse. You didn't stop me. Oh, but here comes. This is the first Cosmic Divide that we've seen today. Wonder what it does. It definitely blocks off. It cuts the site in half. They should be able to get the spike down because of it, but they still have to worry about Mad Army being on the other side of it. If they go in for a very quick peek, they could stop the plant. The camera is still in play as well. They get a lot of information, and this allows Baby Eats to come in with quick peek. She walls it off, and now they have control over this long angle. Oh my gosh, she's going in with the kills as well. It's all up to Yumi, but the Nova Pulse won't be able to do much, and Yoki will shut her down. We are at match point, folks. Mad Army are the first team to take a map off of Celeste.
Wow, disaster of an Astra ultimate into that round. I mean, we're really sure that, you know, positioning wise, it did split A in half. And you're just to remind our viewers back home what the Astra ultimate does. You get a deafen, blind, and also you can't get, you can't throw utility or abilities through it. It does stop the bullets with less skills, I believe. But yeah, just. I mean, I get why they used it because this is going to be match point right here. Just trying to put as much as they can towards the end. But yeah, regardless, behind a match point is going to be a full rifle buy this time around. They do have Sage Res as well as Hunter's Fury on the side of Celeste. And run it back and a Res in return on the squad of Mad Army.
Mad Army has complete map control at this moment.
I have the spike.
The wall is up over by A short, and that allows for, I believe, Yoki to come back onto A long. She sees something. She hears the Sage pushing in, but she loses the gunfight as well as mid.
I like what Celeste did. They've played it very split. So they actually had Sova send that recon ball over down C long, whereas they had like one over at mid and they had a few over at A. So right now they're hard committing to A, but it means that, you know, Mad Army were on the back foot. They thought that the push was going to come in from C or mid. So they have rotated at this point. Bomb has been planted as well. Melton's just kind of looking at the star kind of a bit suspiciously.
Ooh. Wow. Perfect Nova Pulse from Ayumi. Completely stops babies in her tracks, and it's going to be a huge choke point. Bloodbath massacre for Alter Ego Celeste. That was the only place that Mad Army were coming from, and Ayumi knew that.
Yeah, that was super worth it for the squad of Alter Ego Celeste as well. I think they only dropped one member in that, managed to keep 4 of their rifles coming into this one. Also, crucially, it didn't use Hunter's Fury, didn't use their res, so they are going to have it available this time around if they so choose. And the thing is, they've broken Mad Army's economy. Mad Army are choosing to go for that Bucky. 2 Buckies. In fact, Spectre as well as if it goes to Sheriffs. So Celeste, you know, they could possibly snowball this into another round.
Oh, very possibly, but at the same time, Mad Army counter aggression. Just when you think Celeste has it, they go back into the game. They want to go down swinging. It's going to be the recon vault that gets a little bit of information. The rest comes back into the game as well, and Alter Ego Celeste are not giving up. Wall goes up. Yoki tries to stay alive. She has a res, but I think she's too far, separated from her teammates. And Celeste are still trying to find their way onto a site. B is probably going to be it as Margot finds an entry, and it's all up to Jamil. She's a little bit far. She's coming up with a big flank, and I don't think they quite know where she is, but if it's a guessing game, it's probably going to be mid.
I mean, she's got a Bucky, so 1v4 not. I don't fancy her chances on this one. She's just really holding the short position, waiting for anyone to back out of B and then hop over into the window, where she's hoping to pick up 1 or 2 kills. You know, Bucky, pretty cheap gun buy, so it won't cost her all that much. She's not been bothering to use her Neuro Theft at this point, even though she does have the ult available. They're just kind of opting to, like, you know, play for the next round at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Mad Army, you know, you got 5 rounds ahead of Celeste.
You just need to win 1, Celeste needs to win 6. So definitely fully agree. Oh, she hears the footsteps! How is that not a kill, though? Straight to the head.
Just a little bit further. I'm not entirely sure. Could have been a right click that narrowly missed to Rathiel's head.
Yeah, but the thing is for us, Celeste, you know, they did use the Sage ultimate. The thing is, you get so much out of the Sage ultimate. It's not just having the man advantage. You actually crucially are able to bring that person's gun into the next round. So they started with rifles. They were able to bring 3, 4 of them into this one. But because Mad Army kind of went eco, that other round means they're going to have 4 rifles this time, and I think the Guardian as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a very crucial round for AE Celeste to win. We have 3 ultimates on Mad Army's side. Hunter's Fury being committed. She saw 1 from the recon bolt, but wow, just beautiful movement from Yoki, and every single one missed. The wall goes up as well, but it will be quickly taken down. And that's the thing about the wall on C-Long. It's 2 quick panels. You can get it off really quickly. Unless perhaps you do the other wall, you know, flip it on its side. But still, the wall has been committed. It got taken down, and now they're thinking about pushing onto this onto this C side just because utility has been spent.
Yeah, so they're really just kind of waiting for all that utility to go away. As you can see, waiting for the smoke to dissipate. Looks like she wants to get into a prime spot over at Cut. And Neri, though, gets taken out by Baby TZ. There's that wall for wall, blocking out Garage right there, waiting for the heal.
Wow.
CD, Ayumi actually picks up Yuki as well as Baby TZ, so making this a 4v3. Omen as well as Cypher do have their ultimates available if they want to try and use that, but oh, she thought she was behind the box when she got shot. Didn't realize it was straight through the double doors at Garage. Muffin trying to wallbang over there at the end. Wait a minute, what was that satchel?
I think she was trying to blast pack herself into CT so that she doesn't get shot by Iceberg. But,
I think she kind of missed it a bit right there. So has to reload, being forced to back off. I think once again, Mad Army are gonna go for that eco plates. I mean, they eco the previous rounds. They've only just been able to get rifles, and we were talking about how the way Riot kind of balanced this out is that you get less credits into the next round if the bomb goes off and you didn't try and defend it if you survive. So it doesn't quite matter for them because they do have the rifle. So the fact that they're only gonna get what 1K credits
1K.
isn't gonna matter as much.
Not too bad. They still have a 3 rounds lead, but it's kind of tough for them to close this out.
So close.
Celeste, they're starting to come back into the game. They're starting to read Mad Army's plays.
This is nuts. They went from they were 11-6. Now they're 12-9. I think before the swap it was what, like a 4
8-4.
8-4.
Yeah.
9-3.
Nah, it was 8-4. It was 8-4. Nah, not for Celeste. No.
Hey, no bias casting here.
Not
We
biased.
gotta give Mad
you know,
Army their
it's just-
props, alright?
Of course, props for sure, but statistically, I
Look.
guess Haven is a little bit attacker side. You know, if you look at the win rates, it's about 51 to 49, but this time Muffin just goes in for the information. Yumi trades it off. So now A side is a little bit weaker, and Alter Ego Celeste are thinking, okay, since it's weaker, maybe this is the one that we're going to push towards. Still, let's be careful about it. We don't know who is on this site.
Yeah, I agree. Because, you know, 4v4, it's always going to be harder for the defense side on Haven because you're kind of spread really thin. Just paint shells over through Heaven. Just to, not even just for damage, just to zone them off in case they had a good vantage point. So it kind of protects you on the way onto site.
Should have control over the site right
All in all.
now. A quick rotation from Yamro with the ult. The remainder of the players are over around CT. They know they saw the ultimate, so they're not quite sure where Yamro is, but they're being cautious about it, playing super safe, and that's going to be a Neri who gets the first shot onto Yamro. Yoki coming in, showstopper, and it's another double kill for a Neri, but Babyts! Oh, she gets shut down by a Yumi all the way from sewer.
That was so close. So that Neri versus Yoki. The thing is, you know, as we mentioned a couple times earlier today, it's the delay on the Raze ultimate that you hear the fire in the hole and you know she's gonna launch it. Thing is, I think a lot of good players, there is an opportunity for that play where you wait to see the Raze and then you try and kill her when she's in the air. So that's exactly what Yoki did. The thing is, both these girls responded so quick as Yoki shot her and Neri let loose the showstopper. So she was able to pick up the double off of that rocket as well. Well played from both sides.
Oh, this is interesting. You're seeing a lot of pings on the minimap right now over C, and I think that means that Alter Ego Celeste are trying to make a play onto C right now. It's going to be the pistols for Mad Army, so they're not going to be taking these long-range tools, which they will definitely lose against rifles. We might see a Cosmic Divide. There it is. So they want to get the spike planted really quickly. Yamro looking to stop them with the paranoia, but she dies instead. And it's going to be the retake from Garage as well as CT. Probably going to be Alter Ego Celeste round just due to the fact that Mad Army has pistols.
Yeah, 5v3 once again. Mad Army forcing into this bad eco position there. You see the Sheriff Muffin with the buggy though. Oh no, she looked to the left but there was no one there. Gets shot out instead from straight across the site right now. 1v4. Can Sage do anything? Nope, Ayumi's got the flank, got her number. Yoki goes down.
It's going to be a starry night.
This is nuts. It's 11-12.
Yeah.
It's been match point for like 5 rounds. How?
Oh my god, we might actually go into overtime.
Should I play some stars in this reality?
That's true. That's true.
Still,
I mean, the more games that I can see from these two teams, like the happier I'll be. So I would not be mad.
Might actually be the first overtime that we're seeing in this FSL Valorant Open 1 for 2021. But wouldn't count Mad Army out just yet. They have 3 ultimates, and Baby's, she has been on fire this entire match. If she uses her run it back to the maximum potential, she could do a lot of damage over onto Alter Ego Celestè. The drone doesn't spot Jamil out.
They didn't see her, yeah. And she had the camera on the line of sight too, so she saw the drone coming out. She was really safe over on the left, even though, you know, as Cypher, when you're in control of your camera, you're kind of susceptible to someone just getting the jump on you instead, as you were saying. Like, Astra also has that problem when she's just laying down the stars. Sova as well when he's using the drone. But yeah, that actually went fine. It went completely unpunished.
A lot of utility being deployed from Mad Army, in fact. I mean, there was the hot hands over by Garage, Sage Wall over by A short, as well as the smokes on C. They're looking for map control. They don't want to make a single mistake, but this allows for Alter Ego Celestè to be a little bit more sneaky. Here it is, first shot. Now they know it's going to be an A hit. The rotates are coming in, but who is faster? Is it Celestè or is it going to be Mad Army? The entries come in from Tarathiel and Inari, and they have control over A site right now. The wall goes up, and the spike should be going down. Oh, she has a res as well. It's a 5v3. Oh my gosh, Mad Army. What do you do if you're in their position?
Yeah, there's not really all that much. Oh, that apparently, Baby TZ picking up Yumi off of Heaven with that really nice flash over through Heaven. Is going to cover the entire site. Actually, the dart isn't going to land on her. They know that she's there. She does have hot hands, so she's going to be able to heal back up, make this a 3v2. Omen so low right now. Jamil does have her ultimate, opting not to use it. I mean, they know they're on site somewhere. Oh, Tarathiel and Baby TZ picking that one off through the smoke. But yeah, we're talking about, you know, Cypher just saving that ultimate, which is a bit weird because you go into overtime, everyone's ult statuses does get reset. And the thing is, I think if she'd popped the ultimate there, I mean, she would have had to back into Link and then use it safely, but then at least she would know exactly where on the A site everyone was, because at that point you can pretty much know for sure that everyone is concentrated onto that small site. So maybe there's room for her to pop the ultimate first.
Yeah, might as well. But, you know, in the heat of the moment, sometimes things just don't quite go your way. 12-12 right now. This is the very first overtime on the English stream. And, Inari and Muffin, both Raze players top fragging on their respective teams. This is going to be interesting as Alter Ego Celestè are back on defense. Can't afford to lose a single round right now, as it is overtime after all.
Yeah, so the way the overtime rules work in FSL is you need to have a 2-round advantage for it to be considered a win. I mean, pretty much same as, you know, like all your ranked rules, unless, like, you know, you go to 21, 20, and then your team just calls it a draw. There ain't no draws in FSL, no draws. One team has got to win in this one.
There can only be one. There was a lot of information being traded over by A lobby. And right now, Mad Army sneaking up towards mid. They're just waiting for the Sage Wall to drop. 2 players from Alter Ego Celestè over by A and C Link. They're still struggling to vie for map control, but it's just all about this one wall right now over by mid. Iceberg, I think she hears the paint shell, so she's signaling to her team that it could be a B hit.
Yeah, it could be a B hit. They do shoot down the wall. Like, the wall went down. Oh, Jamil loses the trade to Margot over in Heaven, but really nice pickup from the Omen right there. Muffin does pick one off in response though off of Yumi. So they're going to make it a 4-4. They do hear the satchel. Stratha is trying to wallbang. You can't wallbang the boxes that she's doing. You can't wallbang the other bigger structure. Trying to bang on default. Muffin picks up Inari. 3v4. Bomb hasn't gone down yet. He's just tracking that Sage hit through the smoke. Wow. That was nice. She 100% deserved that kill. We were just watching that for like 2 seconds. This Crosshair was just tracking Sage through the smoke. Couldn't even see her, but would have gotten her like the second that she came out. Very nice.
On a macro level, I mean, Alter Ego Celestè, they thought it was going to be a B hit every single person pretty much rotated over onto B, and that allowed Muffin to sneak up onto C. She saw that there was no one there, called to a team. It's clear, guys. Let's get the spike over. And at the same time, she was able to hold her own in the duels against Celeste players over by CT. And I have to say, Muffin, she's the one that can match up against Daneri right now.
Yeah, for sure. And now we're seeing a bit more of a mission start. Oh, nice pickup from Yoki straight off of the bat onto Tarathia. That one's got to hurt. But you
Sage
see the response. Sage diff. The response is that the Sova's going to pick up the spike and they're going to try and commit like mid and A. It looks like, however, there are a woman down.
Woman down. No more heals, no more wall. It's going to be a little bit tougher for them to lock out the site post-plant. Still, though, they haven't even had the spike down yet. They don't quite have map control. And Mad Army are playing it really, really safe. They don't have a lot of information on the side of Alter Ego Celeste.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of guessing work.
They're probably still safe. You don't want to lose at this point. You know, they're up 6-7 rounds at one point, and now they're being forced to go into overtime. So 13 and 12, they have to win this one to close out the game now that they've swapped sides.
And it's a little bit of a gamble right now. They're just banking on the fact that it's not going to be a quick rotate from Mad Army. In fact, Yoki getting hit by the Nova Pulse slows them down, but they see the paranoia, and this could be problematic. Yoki does get the entry, but Ayumi swings back. It's going to be a trade, and now babies drop from heaven. It's all up to Margot. Spike is down, 1v3. How does she do this? She has a paranoia, though. She has to be quick. The wall is up as well. She's going in for it. Babies, she's still sticking onto it. Oh, misses the headshot, and Yamro shuts Margot down. It's 14-12, and Mad Army are your first team today that takes Alter Ego Celeste down.
Today and this entire weekend. Holy cow, that clutch play over at the back right there. I mean, Margot, she was like half a second off from the defuse. That was so close. It came down to the wire. Absolutely in that one. But yeah, just looking at the chart over at the end, there's got Muffin, Baby TZ just top fragging it out. Combat score 3-2-8 for Muffin this time around. 7 first bloods. Also did get a plant. I'm just, you know, really proud of my baby girl Muffin having a much better game this time around than when we saw that game 3 earlier today in the same matchup. So props.
Really, really props. I guess, you know, Haven's just not quite Alter Ego Celeste's map. There are just way too many places to vie for map control. I mean, if we're looking at the Alter Ego Celeste's favorite maps, which have been Split and Icebox, those sides are a lot more limited. You have 3 very clear lanes. It's either A, mid, or B. I'm almost at C. But right now, over on Haven, there's so many places, right? You got garage, you got mid, you got A long, you got A short, you got C long. They're kind of just guessing so much of the time. And in all of that confusion, I mean, Mad Army, they were just soldiering on again and again. And at the same time, just really, like you said, props, Muffin and Baby TZ. They were just playing to the max. I mean, using the Phoenix flashes, using the paint shells to create so much space. I think Alter Ego Celeste were just lacking that little bit of firepower. The fact that they have 2 controllers and not as much firepower, not a lot of flashes on the other side, it kind of makes them play a little bit slower than they're used to. So, you know, things might have to switch up a bit, but at the end of the day, it is a best of 3. So next map is going to be Icebox. Icebox is the one that Alter Ego Celeste picked. So I don't know. Mad Army, they're going to have to take a little bit of time to prepare for this one.
Yeah, we're going to go away for a very short break, guys. But as mentioned, we're in the middle of our best of 3 grand final series versus Mad Army and Celeste. Next match is going to be Icebox. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you in a bit.
Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the grand final of the very first FSL Valorant Open of the year. We are your casters. Hey, I'm Quack, and this is Jenny Ray Rachu Lee. We have just seen the first overtime as well on this English stream. It's going to be Alter Ego Celeste versus Mad Army, and Mad Army actually took that win away.
Yeah, I mean, a whole bunch of firsts that we just saw in that game. First Astra on the English stream, the first time that we saw someone someone take a map off of Celestè. As you mentioned, this is going to be the third or fourth time that we're seeing Icebox being played in the season of the FSL Valorant circuit. But I'm always pretty excited to see Icebox. We were talking a bit earlier about how, you know, kind of maps that do favor Alter Ego Celestè. They're kind of good at just those smaller maps. I think Bind Ascent is really where they've shown in the past. However, interestingly, they also prepared a lot for Icebox, and they played it a few times in the group stages, and this time around they actually picked to play on the Icebox map. I know a lot of other teams, you know, we had 40 teams that started in the group stages, now down to just 2, but a lot of the teams in the group stages, their first ban was just Icebox. Like, you know what? Nah, we ain't playing this map. Let's get it out of the way. Oh. No Icebox for you.
You either love it or you hate it, and if you're in Alter Ego Celeste's shoes, you love it. You really, really love it. I mean, they've been showing how strong they are in this map, just satcheling, blast packing all over the place, and even as Jet or Omen, they go into these really, really tight corners where their shotguns nail you to the wall. Meanwhile, I don't think Mad Army has played a single map of Icebox throughout this entire tournament.
Yeah, I don't think that they have either. They did win through group stages, playing 2 maps on Bind, 1 map on Haven. I think Mad
No
Army.
Icebox?
Yep, no Icebox.
That's going to be interesting.
Yep, no Icebox. That's going to be really interesting for them. I think one thing that maybe is going in their favor is that Celestè, you're talking about them pulling out that Bucky play. There aren't that many spots on Icebox that are really good for shotgun. So you have, on defense side, for example, you have A on the right side towards main, not the left side, because the left side leaves you very open to the entry. The right side, you have a very close positioning. Also, if you're something like a Razor, if you go up the ropes at the start, you can actually hold the second floor positioning.
Yes.
That's very good for shotgun. And then the other place would be Tubes over in Kitchen. Yeah, that's another good spot. There aren't as many good shotgun spots this time around.
Really narrow corridors where you don't have much wiggle room.
Exactly. And I like that this time, you know, Celestè, they spent game 1 being like, you know what, we're going to try Astra. And then at the end of game 1, you know, after the last one, you know what? Yeah,
for us.
We tried it once. It ain't for us.
Purple's not our color. Maybe a deeper, darker purple. Like
you know what looks good on Celestè? Winning.
Winning, yeah, certainly winning. Maybe with shotguns, we'll have to see if they continue with that full Smeeg style that they took from FaZe right now. But they will be starting on attack this time around, maybe a little bit more comfortable for them, but the fact that they're going with the Sage is pretty interesting to me. Meanwhile, Mad Army are going with a double Sentinel setup, and this means to me, you got 2 anchors that will be able to effectively lock down either lane, whether it's A, mid, or B. And that's exactly what they're doing. Sage wall up by Tube, as well as the Killjoy setup over on A. And Celestè are predicting this, so they're going towards B. They sense it, they see Muffin, and they want to hunt her down. The Boombot will slow them down a little bit, though, and Muffin is taking the duel. She gets a double headshot to start things off. What? And the paint shells as well. This buys time for a team to come in with the rotates. Oh, Celestè, this is not good.
That was crazy. The thing is that Muffin was the only one who started on B as well. The way that played out, they actually had around 3 or so start at A on the defense, 1 around mid. So the fact that Muffin actually managed to convert that disadvantage into a double kill is absolutely huge. And now Celestè, they don't have that many options here. They're just kind of hanging around behind yellow. Doesn't even... Just trying to get that hit shot past the container there.
Cover going out.
Site's not clear just yet, and Iceberg can't really get it secure enough to plant the spike. She wants to, but she can't, and right now Yamril is right underneath her nose. One little misplay, but thanks to Margot, they turn their backs around, and this allows Iceberg to pick up another kill, but still Muffin. This is 4 kills already in this round. Her aim is on point. Now she's turning around the corner. She sees to Raphael, and it's 5 headshots in this first pistol round. Muffin with the ace.
Woo! I need to take a breather real quick, because Muffin, girl! Okay, so we saw Celestè get aced yesterday. This isn't the first time, but I mean, this is still gonna go down in the history books. It's gonna go down into her stream clips for sure. Because what a play! The opening double kill.
Oh my god! Not to mention, she got the ace, And she's going into the second round with
oh my
the
God,
Vandal.
She's got a Vandal. She's got that glitch pop Vandal right now. Just trying to snowball that into way more pressure. But it looks like Celestè trying to switch things up this time around. They're going for A for a coordinated 5-man push. Was the recon dart though? So do get a bit of information off of that zoning. Paint shells.
Does zone out the Mad Army players a little bit, but not quite enough. Yamro with the Spectre. It's a triple. It's a quadra. She's looking for the Penta right now, but Tarathiel doesn't want to give it away, and it's going to be Yoki who steals the ace away. 2-0 still, though, for Mad Army.
Yamro absolutely stepped up in that one. We were saying, you know, game 1, she really didn't have the hottest of games. I think just now, earlier, game 3, it was really where she was getting bullied out, but this time, though, absolutely showing up big, picking up that double, that triple over onto that A site. So really nicely done. They're going to be able to pick up some more rifles. It's going to be 5 rifles back from the side of AE though, but this time Mad Army, they're actually choosing to not maximize all that gold that they've got in their pocket.
Yeah, you gotta hold on to it.
This is weird. So they're opting to go for a gun disadvantage instead. They actually are using, I think, 1 Spectre as well as a Stinger on their squad. So they opted not to buy their second gun for round 3. It's a bit risky.
Yeah. Alter Ego Celestè are taking things a lot more slowly. It is risky, and that's why they don't want to overcommit. We have a smoke to obscure vision, but Muffin, she's so patient. She's just hiding by Snowman and not giving anything up. There isn't a single sound made by Mad Army right now as well. Alter Ego Celestè, they're not quite sure which site they're going to head towards. 3 players over on A right now, but the Killjoy setup is still there, and they haven't taken it down yet. 40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, I've got to move soon, as you mentioned, 35-ish seconds, but no one's peeking around the corners. No one's giving an inch in
30
this
seconds
game.
left.
There's that Stinger ID. Finally, you drop the group out. Less than 30 seconds to go. Grenade's gonna be popped over at the plant site, so it is gonna delay their plant just a bit longer. There it goes, Margot, trying to lay that one down. Baby TZ shooting through the smoke, doesn't get anyone, gets taken out instead by Ayumi. Satchel.
4v5 retake. And now they're just playing super defensively all the way at the back. Oh my god, but Muffin anticipates the position over on Pipes and swings on Ayumi. And now Inari has something to say about that. She wants vengeance for her teammates. It's going to be a trade again. The numbers favor Alter Ego Celestè right now, but Jamil peeks into the smoke, gets shut down. Still okay for AE. They're looking for
reload.
more.
She's gonna find a good spot to reload. The bomb actually is gonna go off, so she's not gonna have time to defuse. Get shot in the back as she tries to disengage. I think they're gonna lose. Yep, she's gonna get lost in that blast. So well done to AE Celestè for picking that one up. Yeah, just ecoing that second round, making sure they could all pick up 5 rifles in round number 3. Definitely paid off big for them. Mad Army, though, a bit questionable, you know, that they opted to not push for the rifles in that earlier round 3.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure if they could have all bought rifles. Looking at their credits right now.
Yeah, certainly a little bit broken. We did see the Jet
Lucky.
Revive Me spray earlier on, but
I love that they made that into the Battle Pass spray.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen that video. From
Riot listens to their players.
Especially like in Southeast Asia, we definitely all
course.
saw that video.
A nice little bit of flair, but at the same time, it's going to be Mad Army playing it safe. Maybe TZ getting a little bit aggressive over by mid just to get information, dashes away.
Yeah, she went into Tube just to discover that, you know, Sage Wall had been dropped there. So saying, no kitchen for you, not this game. An area with a high vantage point right here. They will make the footstep sound. She does back off.
Yeah, they're baiting the slow orb over onto green. And now that one slow orb has been spent, it's okay. We have A. It's open, all thanks to Ayumi. And they're going to get this side, but Yamro. Margot was just looking the wrong way. It's going to be a 4v3. The spike still goes down, though, and the wall is up as well. And Ayumi cutting Baby TZ off on the rotate. Oh, no. Things are falling apart for Mad Army. Nice.
Yeah, things falling apart. I mean, they played the first 2 rounds so well, just went absolutely nuts in round 1, snowballed that into round 2. But Celeste right now, they're the ones up ahead. They've snowballed the last 2 rounds, and they made it a 2v2. Still really even, though. And if anything, especially if that earlier game number 1 was anything to go by, I mean, we can never count either team out. They could be like 8 rounds down, and then go into the swap and still make a comeback. Still be close to making a comeback.
That's
so,
right. Both teams equally matched in terms of skill and knowledge. It all comes down to how they outplay each other. And right now, Yoki is trying to pull a fast one, just hiding underneath the green box. But she spots one out, doesn't quite connect the shot, and she's going to back off because the drone is just emanating pressure. They get a lot of information. They know that yellow is pretty much clear after throwing these paint shells. And they should be looking to commit onto the site pretty soon. And of course, Showstopper into play as well. And a Yumi this time, actually. He's looking to get one. Does get the shot onto Yoki, but not the second onto Yam Roll. 4v4, and it's going to be a quick retake from Mad Army.
Yeah, that was really nicely done in that she used the showstopper just to push someone off, and she held that spot over on the left, which was, if I'm saying, I know you're going to back out over by here, so if you don't die to my showstopper, you're going to die to my gun. So that was really well played.
Whoa.
Operator, basically, does pick up a Neri, but it's going to be 3-1 based off of just Tyrannos. Some super good shooting on the Vandal. Iceberg picks up that last one, so isn't gonna get a triple. Just gonna, say, you know what? You're the Sage. No triple for you. You can be happy with that double. You don't need that extra 200 in your pocket. I want it.
I want it. And of course, if you get a kill, you get your alt point, and it builds towards the Hunter's Fury that Iceberg has. And this is going to be a very, very crucial tool that can create a lot of space for her team as well. But yeah, I mean, Yumi's just doing a great job. You know, the showstopper, the blast packs. Her teammates are there to support her, and right now, it's going to be a Neri. She's the hot and heavy entry fragger that you have to look out for. Once she has her knives, you are not quite prepared for this. You have 2 people flying all over the place. You got a Neri the Canary, and you got a Yumi just blast packing all over the place. How do you deal with this? Mad Army, they don't know. Oh my god.
It is so low too, and also, I mean, you're just talking about straight up shooting. They've also dropped a lot of really good utility over by the side. There's that wall over at default right here. Short position though. Oh, she flicked. I thought she was gonna see her. Generally, when you do that sort of a quick flick, it's not so much for you to see, because sometimes your vision isn't fast enough to catch. It's so that they show up on the mini map. Because even if you can't see it, they actually get the agent pop up over on the mini map for your teammates to get information. So it's kind of like when you jiggle peek as well. It might not be fast enough for you to catch it, but wow, that was close to get 2 off of that. However, but ultimately, we're gonna go over to AE Celeste.
Yeah, they just played that to perfection, all thanks to a Neri and a Yumi. The teammates are there to back them up as well. Just perfect hyper-aggression, the ones that we are used to from AE Celeste.
There was that one part in the middle of that round where I think there was someone over a container, and like the Raze was just satcheling, and I think she was holding a Sheriff, and she saw the Raze satchel, and she was just like, she tried to track out the start. She was like, you know what? Forget it. I'll deal with it later. Someone else can handle it. This ain't my problem right now. So
yeah.
Funny.
How hard, I mean, do you have to flick to be able to hit 2 high-speed moving targets like that?
Yeah, with a Sheriff, no less.
Oh my gosh, that's the strength of AE Celeste, but they have to respect Mad Army at the same time. I mean, after losing 14-12 on that previous game, they're starting to be a little bit more cautious, as well as just Muffin. She has been hitting her shots, and Yamroll right now getting a big one over onto mid. That's the mid player gone. They don't have any more information around there, and they have control over yellow right now, but not quite control over the site. They're trying to flush someone out, but they don't quite have the utility to go for it.
She's a snowman. She's out there really sneaky spot. So yeah, they do block off most of the danger potential coming from the right, and there's that cloud burst blocking off the snowball. I kind of suspected that there is someone. That's going to push them off, and there's that wall bank through the wall.
Oh, they make them think that it's going to be V. It's the wall. That's right. But Muffin, I mean, not Muffin.
30
Yumi
seconds
actually cleared out the entirety of A site. There is a single player there, and she blast packs herself over the wall as well. She's looking for baby TZ. She gets her, and of course, they should be able to plant the spike pretty soon. But Yoki has something to say about this. She's sneaking up. The blast pack pushes her off the plant, but Neri is there to back her
10
up.
seconds left.
Spike should go down right now, even though they have 10
Spike
seconds
planted.
left. And Muffin, she is looking for blood. She spots out Aneri, but Aneri takes Jamil down. Oh, but Tarathiel falls. 1v2. Muffin, it's all on her shoulders right now.
Yeah. Oh, and Neri collects that one out with that Vandal. That was pretty much a 1v1 right there. I mean, I know they also had the Silva alive, but they knew, and Neri and Muffin, I mean, they knew that with the positioning of each other. They're just kind of doing that, like, peek thing just to see who was gonna be able to get the other one faster. And yeah, Neri coming out on top of that one, getting the drop onto Muffin.
And it's always kind of it's like this tango between the two players, right? You know where you both are, but who peeks first? Who's gonna shoot first? And
Yeah, I think the bigger tango is, you know, back when we had that Celestè 7 Sins rivalry, it was like, okay, Celestè wins season 1, 7 Sins wins season 2, Celestè wins season 3. That was the real back and forth.
that's right. One step forward, one step back, and they're back at it again. Of course, you know, Yoki and Muffin, they were members from 7 Sins right now, and Aneri, she spots out Yoki and she wants to keep her trapped around this yellow.
Oh my god!
Yoki, she was trying to wall it off, I think, but she got shut down. And the heal and res is back in from Tarathiel as well. Now they have control over yellow.
This is such a smart play. Cloudburst and then Eing straight up into that smoke on top of yellow.
She has control over this. But a lot of firing is happening over on the other side of the map as well. And this just keeps Mad Army on their toes. I mean, if you're Jamil right now, 1v5, you only have a ghost. It's painful, but not over yet. She does get Margot down.
Can she get a better gun, though? That's the thing. She's
Spike
trying to get that
planted.
Vandal. Does manage to pick it up. Doesn't even need to reload. Everything in her favor right now, but 1v4 doesn't have tower series. About 30 seconds. Doesn't have her bot. They know she's in there. They're just trying to wallbang her through tube. Picks up a second one off of Iceberg. That's rough, but I mean, she picked up a double. She managed to first get that instant ghost to tap onto the hit, managed to kind of like do that little crab walk shuffle, pick up that rifle, convert that into a kill off of Iceberg. So really just maximizing what she could get.
That sounds like a very groovy dance, the crab walk shuffle.
The crab walk shuffle.
The crab walk shuffle, shuffle back and forth, pick up a Vandal, try to get a couple of kills, but yeah, that's the thing about trying to take aim duels around Boiler. That's the position where the AE players were at. Only your head gets exposed around there, and it's very, very tough to connect a shot. So good effort, but not quite going to hit. Of course, right now they're going to be contesting, resisting around this yellow position. They don't want to give it up too quickly. And of course, buy time for the teammates to rotate over. Showstopper into play. She doesn't quite connect, but again, she manages to win these duels time and time after again. The wall is there. Her heals are in play as well.
Wow, that was so close. So Yumi actually, she was down to 2 health, and the thing is, her team Sage was planting the bomb, so she didn't have time to actually heal her. So I mean, she was still playing pretty aggressively, but Sage, you know, got the plant off and just had patience. She was like, you know what, no heal for you. If I stop planting right now, I need to restart the entire thing. You're just gonna have to like wait in the back for a sec. I know you're raised. Right. You're just gonna take a chill pill, all right? 5 seconds, that's all I need.
Take a chill pill, and you're gonna have to trust me. And that's what these girls have. Complete and utter faith and trust in each other. It's the AE Celestè coordination that we're so used to seeing. A Neri and a Yumi, they've used this strategy before. Dash in, blast pack in, and
Muffin
Mad
has
Army are
Bucky.
just stunned. But
Muffin has Bucky. The rest of her team has
right.
pistols. She's got a Bucky.
Ooh!
Oh!
Okay, it's going to be a trade, but that is the knives gone from Aneri, and it's going to be Sheriff in as well. 3v3. They get the information now. I don't think they're going to rotate off of this. They still want to come in onto the side. Nice wall. They do get the spike down, but it looks like Mad Army wants to come in with a big flank.
Yeah, Yoking Baby is still Only with the sheriffs. I don't think they were able to pick up a better gun just yet. There's that visual bug over on the gun on the left. You can see Tarathiel's feet on the left side where you can't see what gun was dropped.
Ooh.
Slow orb. You know
Oh.
she's there though.
Ooh. They lined up for Tarathiel.
Yeah, that was the collateral, picking up Yoki as well as Baby TC. Bit unfortunate. Jamil right now just only holding on to a sheriff once again in that 1v3 situation.
Ooh, Jamil's gonna have to thread the needle on this one, but Tarathiel with a fully automatic weapon, you know, more bullets, higher chance of getting hit.
Yeah, but it was so close though. I mean, her cross-rank placement was on point. She was doing that one shot and then you peek back around the corner. But yeah, ultimately, not today.
Not today. The stutter stabbing was good, but yeah, aim just was a little bit tough as well. I mean, Tarathiel, she just had her shots on point, and right now the score is 8-2. Alter Ego Celeste has won 8 rounds in a row. Their money is flowing in, and this is the round that Mad Army, they really need to win. We even see an operator being brought out by, I think, the Jet player on Mad Army's side. If they lose this, man, they're going to be a huge deficit for the remainder of the first half.
Yeah, really crucial round for them to win. All eggs in the basket right now in the hands of that operator, Muffin. Just wanting to drop that pain chills over around the back. They want to wait till, until she hears the bomb being planted before she drops that pain chills. Want to be absolutely sure. And there's that defender KG ultimate. They're kind of playing protect the lockdown at this point, which is very nice. But you can see just the rotate the flanks coming out. In about 2 more seconds.
And Yoki gets all of the information. They know it's going to be a B hit at this point. Everyone should be rotating as quick as possible, but oh, it's going to be another fake. You think it's going to be B, and then that's when AE Celeste rotate right around back to middle and possibly even A.
This is so smart, because if you want to do the double fake, you actually need to start it at about 110, otherwise you don't have enough time. So they did that, and then they ran over. It was about 50 seconds. Now they're back with about 30 seconds. Just kind of the sweet spot in terms of how much time you need left on the timer. 30 seconds is go time. So yeah, we should see happening about now. 5v5.
Oh no! And there he doesn't spot Jamil, and the double showstopper from Muffin! It shuts them down. 20 seconds left. They need to get the spike down now or never. 2v3 though, and the paint shells connect onto Iceberg. Oh, she knows that she's in a tough and rough spot. She's looking for it. She gets Muffin, but Yoki swings around from the position that she doesn't expect, and it's going to be 8-3. Mad Army getting a save back into this game, and they convert their buy into a win as well.
That was so crucial. They managed to. Yoki had just enough time to run for that rifle, and Baby TZ also managed to get the op into this round. So 2 members left alive. One picked up the op, other one picked up the Vandal. It's exactly what they needed going into the swap later. You know, when you think about like acceptable kind of score lines, you're like 9-3 is kind of what you can accept. If you can get something like 8-3. 8-3 is like pretty good. 7-4, you know, is more ideal if you want that, but you really kind of want to get those 3 rounds under your belt. Just gives you a bit more flexibility in terms of eco.
Yeah, and Baby TZ just anticipating that updraft from Inari. Now the woman advantage is over onto Mad Army as well. Whoa!
She's sick of that wall, man. She's like, you know what? I've seen this wall here literally every single round in this game. She's just gonna use the teleport to get through that into kitchen.
That is just pretty good as well. No one is close enough to hear that teleport. Maybe.
Yeah, but there's also no one here, so she can't really get a pick off of that. It does give her a good vantage spot, however. Maybe a sneaky roundabout over towards B.
Yeah, if she pushes forward, she could actually take Yamroll down. No, actually gets the shot onto Muffin. Oh, but that B-hop, what is that movement from Muffin? She dodges every single shot from Margot and then comes back and shoots her. Now Baby TZ is trying to stop the push over from Garage, but she ultimately falls to Ayumi. This gives time for Yamroll to come back into it. It's going to be the double headshot. Very well played from Yamroll, and of course it's going to be an 8-4. Pretty comfortable spot. Not the best, but still comfortable enough for them to go into the second half.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Yamroll, I think, is top frag again at this point. Just having an absolutely stellar game.
It's either Yamroll or Muffin.
Right.
Let's take a look. There you go.
Yep, it's a yam roll. She's been picking a lot of like doubles and triples in a lot of the rounds, but ball is absolutely in her court at the end of that one because, you know, you're up against the operator player, you've got a rifle, you know, you're supposed to win that duel, and she absolutely did, not just that 1v1, she picked up that double as well. It's very nicely done.
But man, I cannot get that muffin movement out of my head right now.
Right? Look, if your ops don't know, if you don't know what you're doing, there's no way they will know what you're doing.
Margot had the drop on her too, like she saw her,
yep.
but the movement, the B-hop just...
Muffin was just having fun like hopping around. She was like, wait, there's someone at kitchen. What? Hold up.
So difficult for Margot to track. So right now, into the second half, AE are looking to defend, but they do hear the boom bots. It's creating quite a bit of space, but Aneri's just waiting for the peeks from Mad Army. She hears them below. She's looking for it, gets the shot, but has to fall back. They're just flooding it together as a team, and you don't want to take those fights 1v2. Spike should go down pretty soon. Nanostorm is there, however.
Absolutely over on default. They do have the grenade, just kind of buy a bit more space over the other side. Helicopter just said, oh, really nice headshot. Make that a double.
Oh!
Triple on Baby as well as Yarmul too. Is only 14 HP left. Don't think she has the CD yet for that Sage. She was taken out by Jamil. Pretty easy shot for her, so it's going to be a 2v2. Raise is super low. Mario picks Muffin up over by the side. Margot's trying to go for the defuse. Jamil once again. 1v2. What can she do? They know that she's here and just decimate her through that smoke. That's gotta be rough.
Rough, but also very smart from Alter Ego Celeste. They knew that she would be coming in from that smoke, so why not just shoot a couple of blind shots into it? If it doesn't kill her, at the very least, it's gonna hit or slow her down, so you might as well go for it. And I mean, that round would not have been made possible if not for Aneri with those 3 headshots.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you start the round off, your top frag gets a triple, and then at that point, you know, you're 5v2. You can just hang around at the flank. You're just like, you know what? Do I even need to rotate at this point? You guys can clean up.
You guys can clean up.
You guys got this. I trust you.
Man. AE Celeste, though, right now, definitely not taking any chances. I see a Yuumi with a Judge. She's looking to possibly even push up around A maze area.
So they know multiple people are in through that smoke. That's actually firing squad, you know, she decides to go through it. There's that updraft. Oh. Tube has her number, though. Just picks up.
Oh, danger. Iceberg. She had a nice crossfire, but still, it's going to be the conversion from Mad Army right now.
Hey, I just realized we've got Iceberg playing on Icebox. You know what? This is her map, guys. This is her map. This is her time to shine.
This is her time to shine, and she does get a very nasty play. I mean, there was no way that they were expecting her to be around the corner. They were trying to take the fight head on instead. And of course, Aneri up above the box. She's going to take them down, dash in as well, and cutting Yamro off. She did not know how to react. AE Celeste starting to come back into this 10-4 right now, and Mad Army are just struggling to find their footing on this second half. AE Celeste, we're still seeing a Yuumi on the Judge. Of course, though, I mean, since it was a full save from Mad Army, they get to full buy into this round, but whether or not they get to convert this into it is another question. They have to face off against a lot of this confusing positional plays from AE Celeste. Just the fact that sometimes they go aggressive, sometimes they go defensive. You're not quite sure what they're doing.
Exactly. That's kind of what we've been seeing for them throughout the entire weekend. I mean, we saw them mix it up. Some rounds go Bucky, some rounds go Vandal. This time around, of course, they're giving Mad Army so much respect, you know, pretty much playing it standard, playing it properly. This time around, there's the Sage wall again, but no shenanigans gonna happen. They're like, you know what? Yeah, forget it. We're just gonna take it that we can't go through tube, we can't get to kitchen any round this game. Muffin picking up a nice kill off of the back, off to Tarantula. It's gonna make it 5v4. Wow. There's a dash from Aneri, straight nice to the hit. And oh, misses the last 3 into Yoki, though. Just picks that one up with the gun, however. 1v3 right now. Mad Army do have the spike. Oh, they hear her. Oh, Ayumi, she knows they're there. They're trying to hunt for her.
Spike down.
Oh.
Holy cow. I held my breath for that one because that looks so close.
I heard it, and I heard our producer just going, ooh.
Yeah.
my
We're sitting
God.
in a line and the three of us are just staring at the screen and we're like, oh my god. Yeah.
That's how intense this game is. But of course,
Someone get me popcorn.
yeah, if you're at home and you're not watching this without popcorn or like chips or some kind of snack or something, you're not doing it right. This is the one where you gotta have a watch party. You know, get your friends in, maybe a Discord call, and maybe get family around the TV screen and put it up there. You gotta watch this.
Get a watch party together and be like, you know what? These are the sort of girls that I want to grow up to be, Mom.
That's right.
You need to sip tea. You need to eat that popcorn. You need to enjoy this grand finals because this matchup doesn't come around every day.
Let me enlighten you about the matchup between AE Celeste and Mad Army and how to shoot an operator like a Yumi back there. Of course, though, Muffin hears it. She's going to commit on it. Full force. Showstopper onto a Yumi. The operator is down. And, of course, at the same time, they have created so much space thanks to those two blast packs. Spike will go down now, but they're not aware that Tarathio has snuck up behind them. She's going in for the spray, but doesn't quite connect it, but it's going to be the fall from Yamroll. What the heck? And it's all up to Yoki now in a 1v4 scenario. She's going to connect the shot onto a Neri, but she's still up against 3 players going in again. She gets the second, but right behind her, it's going to be the defuse. It's stuck in all the way, and the slow ARP from Tarathio just buys enough time. 11-5 now. Very well played by AE Celeste.
Absolutely mad stuff that we saw at the end there. Yoki, I think, picking up the double kill, but didn't even matter at the end because Celeste were able to clutch out that diffuse.
Oh my gosh, so intense. This is it. 11-5. Two more rounds
I'm
from
calling
AE
it now.
Celeste.
We're gonna go to game 3, man. If we do go to game 3, they picked the maps and side selection earlier already. So if this does go to game 3, it will be on Bind, which I cannot wait because both these teams are so good on Bind.
That's
but
right.
you know, we don't want to talk about that before it happens. So 11-5, anything could happen. Margo right here is gonna drop that Omen smoke early on.
Interesting smoke. This could allow them to push onto the left side of yellow, but Margot threading the needle through that smoke. She gets a nasty headshot onto Yamroll, and still the plank goes down, but number advantage over onto AE Celeste. They're looking to do more damage. Every single player from Mad Army right behind yellow right now. Blast pack all over. Yoki doesn't know where to look. Oh my god, it's the Boombot that gets a double kill. And AE Celeste is taking the 12th win for their team.
That was nuts. I think she looked up, she looked down, and was it just me or were there 2 raises? Like, they were just next to each other, and she was just like, wait. So there's this
Double
meme,
vision.
There's this meme in League which was like WTF 2 Shen. So I saw that and I was like, WTF 2 raise? What is going on?
Oh my gosh, 2 rays. That is it. I mean, when you're
like,
Yoki in that
wait a minute,
position.
which one is mine?
I mean, first of all, if your mouse pad doesn't have enough room and you flick all the way up like that, it's just like, oh, I don't know where to look. And then you see 2 raises.
That's like the panic flick, man. That happens. That happens. That 100% happens sometimes.
And this is it, match point. Yumi even taking the zip line over. She's so aggressive. They want to close this out. Give us map number 3. Hashtag give us map number 3 if you want a best of 3 all the way right now in the chat. Yumi starts things off with a pick from the operator. She sees Baby TZ on her knives as well. The Boombot chasing her. Oh, the dash and the res. It's going to be a free kill. It's going to be a free
She missed it.
Direct hit onto Baby TZ, and now Aneri comes back in to support her teammate. Doesn't quite get the second, but the damage is done. Mad Army down to 2 players, 3v2 right now.
That was free though. The shot onto the res Jurassic. Can I pick one off of a Yamroll? Vandal versus Sheriff right now. Muffin just trying to hold a good spot. Nope, I say that. She's going to pop that satchel going aggressive. That's the Muffin we know and love. 1v3. All the other members, though, really topped off in health. Omen and Sova also both have their ultimates, so it's going to be really difficult in there. You can see she's just holding the position, waiting for her to peek her head out, and easy pickup.
Easy pickup. 1v3. Really, really tough fight for Muffin. But of course, you know, the blast pack, I think it gave her position away, and they were just waiting for the peak. But still, I mean, a Yumi and a Neri just on attack, the way that they push onto B side, that's a masterful play. It's something that will be studied for the history of FSL.
Yeah, it's gonna go down in the books of the any teams, in the future. I mean, just looking at AE Celeste, right? They've won what 4 Valorant Opens so far, looking to make this their 5th FSL Valorant Open win if they can make it happen. I mean, just, how do you research this team? They've got so many VODs. I'm sure a lot of the teams have come in, done their homework, watched how they play, check out their play style, but is that enough at this point? What can they do?
Yeah, and at the same time, I mean, this is the first time that they're playing super aggressive, super shotgunny, super Bucky and Judge. It's just madness. Of course, though, Icebox was their pick after all, so no doubt that they would have chosen this map for a reason. But of course, you see all these flashy Neri Canary flying all over the place and Blast Pack plays. It is all thanks to our lovely sponsors. It's the Intel processors. I mean, they just came out with, I think, the 10th gen ones. If you have those, you get 11th gen actually.
One
oh my
step
God.
ahead of you, Quack.
I'm outdated.
You're a boomer.
Yeah, I am a boomer, but okay, boomer, right? 11th gen, 10th gen, what have you. As long as it's an Intel processor, you are going to get super strong processing power. You're going to get all those sweet triple-digit frames that you need for these crazy plays. So thanks to Intel, our lovely sponsor, but also the new sponsor, Tokenize Exchange.
Yep, the next generation digital currency exchange. We brought it up a bunch of times. If you're wondering, how do I get into this cryptocurrency thing? Or if you're kind of like a casual, you're like, oh, Dogecoin, or like all the other coins, they have such cute names too. Or you're like, wait, GameStop to the moon, and you're calling any of these memes. Yeah, Tokenized Exchange, you're going to want to set up an account. We do have a code over in the chat. You guys get, I think you have first $5 credits free. So you definitely want to check that out.
And at the same time, we are also supported by Yahoo as well as the Singapore Esports Association. We are a part of the Global Esports Federation's World Connected Series 2021 right now. But man, that was a mouthful. A lot of sponsors and a lot of crazy plays. You want more of that Valorant action? Stick around after the break. It's going to be the very last game. Who's going to win? AE Celeste or Mad Army? Let us know in the comments and don't go away. Welcome back, folks. This is the FSL Valorant Open of the year, the very first one. And of course, right now, we are still in the grand finals. We saw the first 2 maps. And right now, it's the very last one. It is now or never for either of these teams. Let us know in the chat who you're supporting, who you're rooting for with the hashtag, whether it's AE Celeste win or, AE Mad Army win. Of course, we are your casters. Hey, I'm Quack, also a little bit restless right now. But this is Jenny Ray Rachuli, and she is going to walk you through our very next map.
Exactly. I mean, so Celeste, they were able to take map 2 and push this series to the game 3,
Choose
which
your
is obviously
agent.
buying the samurai. I think it was Celeste that did pick the map, which means that side selection did go over to Mad Army this time around. So we'll be attacking.
Yeah, Celeste does get the map pick. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out because both teams have experience on it.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams are, I would say, equally good, and it could definitely go either way. I think you will want to wait and watch to see who wins more rounds on defense.
Yep, for sure. I think both these teams picked up some group stage wins over on Bind. A lot of the times Icebox was banned out. Celeste really shining on Bind as well as Ascent, but Mad Army also having played a couple of games on that. Both these teams, though, they're fighting for a $1,000 prize pool. So it's first and second, it's going to be $500 and $300 respectively. So both these teams, they've got at least 300 in the bag. It's a nice chunk of change for them. It's kind of like, team dinner kind of money.
Team dinner
kind of money, new keyboard kind of money that these teams are going to win at the end of today. But it's not just money, it's bragging rights, and it's also points at the top of the leaderboard table going into FSL Elite in October of this year. Both these teams are trying to bank as many points as they can. Top 2 teams, of course, at the end of 6 months of the FSL circuit will make it into FSL Elite.
That's absolutely right. If you want to find out more about FSL Elite, please like our FSL FPS Games Facebook page, where you will find more information. And speaking of money, FSL Elite, it has a $5,000 prize pool, and that's what all these girls are fighting for. If they win, they get 10 points, and you know there are 6 more FSL Valorant Opens where they will rank up more and more points, and that gives them the slot in FSL Elite. Of course, though, it's Aneri versus Baby TZ. The paint shells there didn't do Aneri any favors, but Ayumi with the swing and a headshot. Oh, that is quite a bit of damage to Rathiel as well. And I mean, if you're a Mad Army right now, it's just chaotic. Like, where do you push? It seems like they want to go towards A short, and of course, AE are just waiting for them to peek. Here it comes to Rathiel, another headshot, and another headshot. Jamil. It's headshots for days between these two girls, and it's going to be the spike that does not get planted. Margot, she even has the Molotov back into A short and the shock dart. Oh my gosh, if you're a Baby TZ, rock hard place, shock dart, Molotov, you have no room for escape.
Yeah, absolutely brutal at the end there. Also, really good recon dart positioning actually from Yogi in the middle of the round. So one of those like very protected spots. Actually, you kind of need someone to hard peek out of shower to be able to take that one. No one's gonna do that just with a recon dart. So got a good bit of information there. Also, we were reading all chat during the break, and I think it was Muffin. They were telling Ineri, please don't pick Jet this game.
Aneri don't pick Jet.
Aneri don't pick that Jet. And then Aneri was like, ha ha ha, well, how about Muffin? You don't pick Raze. So the thing is, Aneri's not on Jet.
She honored the agreement.
I don't think Muffin honored her side of the bargain, though. So someone's
she
a little
does get
snitch.
punished for it, though. Margot with the Spectre taking Muffin down. No more boom booms, no more paint shells. You sit down in your seat. I'm going to take the win right now. And Aneri, she doesn't need Jet. She doesn't need Raze. She's okay with any agent you give her.
All she needs is Bucky.
That's right. And here it is. It's the Bucky from Ayumi as well. And that's the thing about having a Bucky in Hookah. It's so strong.
Me and my Bucky getting all ready. You know that song?
I'm sorry, that's the one song I don't know.
I think it's from Sesame Street. It's like me and my buddy getting all ready. I have a friend, she pretty much mains Bucky.
Okay.
So every time, like, you know, she's popping off on Bucky or she's trying to pop off on Bucky, she sings it to herself. So I hear that a lot.
I'm sorry, the only Sesame Street song that I know is Rubber Ducky.
Are you too cool for Sesame Street?
No, it's a childhood thing. Everyone knows Sesame Street.
Exactly.
But yeah, everyone knows you want to have map control as well, and that's what all of these utilities are doing right now. You know, Mad Army, they're trying to source out for information. That's what the shock dart over into showers was for. That's what the turret is doing over on Fountain. At the same time, AE Celestè, they're paying a lot more respect to my Mad Army right now. It's going to be bind and a lot of tight corners, a lot of narrow spaces. If you push in, you could get punished very, very quickly. But what is that shock dart? Oh my gosh, it's going to travel so far. I want to see where it lands. You can hear it coming down. And wow! That is a lineup.
Hold up.
Still, Ayumi is alive, but she eats 70 points of damage.
Yo, someone's practiced that in the range, girl. I see you.
That was you can hear it coming down as well.
And you're like, wait, why do I hear that coming from the sky?
And then bam, shock dart in your face and headshots as well. Yoki and Yamro, just like that, in the blink of an eye, they seize control over B site. Margot tried to contest it, but she just walked into a Vandal. And of course, the last person standing is going to be Ayumi. She only has a Bucky as well, so this retake is seemingly impossible. The best chance that she has is possibly exit kills, maybe push in as a last Hail Mary and jump into the spike explosion so that you don't get that round loss penalty.
Yeah, she's trying to pick up the exit frags, as you mentioned, just holding that short position with that Bucky. We are going to use the recon. Dart, though, to kind of check out the cheese there, is going to run off towards A. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is going to make it out through B
coming
long.
back.
So it's
Calling
going to be
my
pretty
boss.
safe. Uh-oh. Omen, though. Omen!
Yeah. She wanted to die. I mean, there's no point holding on to a Bucky for the next round. They will be able to buy back into a full buy, probably.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
It was
Odin.
good that she didn't give the kill over to the Omen, but yeah, as you mentioned, is this the first? Wait, it's the first Odin of today. We saw an Odin yesterday. I think it was on Ascent,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they were trying to make the Odin happen over at B, which I was really stoked about. Unfortunately, I don't think that team won, but you know, there's a team that can make Odin happen on Bind of all places where you don't really have good wallbang spots. You can wallbang Puka, but that's about it. But yeah, if there's a team that can make it happen, it's got to be AE Celeste.
It has got to be AE Celeste. Now, Ayumi has positioned herself over by lamps,
Oh my
which
god.
this is a
What?
paper-thin wall that she can wallbang through, but the thing is she needs information off of that. So if someone pushes into her turret or alarm bot, that will be information enough, and then she will be able to mow them down. But they are cautious and aware of this. They're playing it a little bit slow. At the same time, Margot supporting her with the smokes. A little bit of paint shells damage, and this gives her information that there is a race nearby.
Yeah, that now we know she's got an Odin waiting at lamps too, so no one's gonna come in. Trying to wallbang the outside. Oh, Margot picks up Yoki. That was so telegraphed. That was really smart. But you can see through the wall where the Odin player, where the spray is coming from. He just run in from the side and just gun her down. So that was very nicely done. Nice counterplay towards the Odin.
Yeah, well done by Muffin. Of course it has got to be Muffin. And now that everyone is rotated over onto A, it's going to be the quick teleport onto B from the side of Mad Army. Spike should go down right now. Well-timed fire hands onto CT at the same time, cutting a Neri off and buying enough time for her team. Baby TZ right now, she wants to stop Neri from pushing onto site. They're listening for the defuse tap.
Yep,
There it
there's
is.
a tap. There's the wall. The window and nice pickup from Baby TZ onto Aneri through the window. Really good flick too. They're kind of trying to abuse this timing where she was trying to wallbang the window, and that was when she jumped out. But just really good flick. Just stops her dead in her tracks. And Yamroll with the rest of the team. Mad Army are going to make this a 2-for-2.
2 for 2. I mean, what did we say at the start of after the break? I mean, it could go either way. It's definitely going either way right now, and it's 2-2. The question that I have on my mind is, who is going to come out on top? And I think I'm going to need the help of our chat on that one. I think there may be a poll going on with the Facebook chat somewhere. Either hashtag AE win or Mad Army win. Or, you know, just go vote in the polls.
Yeah, hashtag Celeste win, hashtag Mad Army win, whatever, which team you guys are rooting for. They're gonna pick up the Doom Bomb, but that just means they know where her position is. She's got nowhere to go, actually, away from the paint shell. She knew that was happening. You can't even really escape it very well, even with a satchel at that point. So, oh, she's got the bucket. She goes down to, what, 5 health. Has to use the hot hands, trying to top herself back off. Iceberg, meanwhile, holding a close position just right below window, wanting to... Oh, that was...
They don't know she's here!
Last player
Oh,
standing.
wow. Okay.
She got one. So she did get Muffin.
Yeah, it's starting to seem like there's a little bit of a grudge towards Muffin.
See, the thing is, if you have Judge, I think Judge is just the superior
Faster, right?
gun, guys. Like, trust me on this. No one's playing Bucky to win just the 1v1. You want to, like, when they bum rush you into hookah of all places, you want to have that Judge.
Yeah, you certainly do, but at the same time, a lot of times these buys are dependent on how much money they have for the next round. So they want to see that, okay, if I buy a Bucky, do I have enough, do I have 3,900 credits for the next buy? Because that's how much it costs for a full buy.
You know, I've actually worked this out. So in round 1, you don't want to buy all of your utility. You actually want to leave 100 credits left over, so that round 2, even if you don't get a kill, you have 2,100. You can buy Judge Light Shield. I've worked this out.
Interesting.
I've worked this out. I'm not saying you'll climb with this strat, but the strat exists.
It's something that's available.
It's a choice.
Yeah, Judge plus Light Shields.
But you can't full buy round 1. You gotta leave like 200 credits left. So if you buy like your Boomba, if you buy a satchel round 1 on a raise, you're gonna be left with 1900 at the end of round 1.
But what if because you didn't full buy on round 1 and
Are
then
you
you
saying
lose
something?
it?
I can't hear you all of a sudden. I'm not temporarily deaf. Yeah, Robo gets the jump onto Margot. They're gonna say 5v4. Ayumi holding the short position right outside of shower. She does hear the footsteps actually, even sees the gunshots too. Oh, showstopper. She don't want to save from that one.
Nice.
Goes down to 26.
Nanostorm gets popped as well. It's gonna buy a little bit of time to ensure that the plant doesn't go in quite as quick. And right now, Iceberg trying to find a headshot. Still though, it's a little bit dangerous. Site control is with Mad Army right now, and Spike does go down. 4v5, the Blaze Wall disappears, and Yamro's the one that is a little bit faster and a little bit more accurate, but they know where she is. It's gonna be the wall back from Iceberg, in fact. Might have been a little bit lucky, but might have been a little bit calculated at the same time. It's smart guesswork from Iceberg that gets her these kills, but still, 3v1, and it's very, very tough for Tarathiel to convert that into a win. She's just caught out. There are too many angles to look out for, and at the same time, there was a run it back in play.
Yeah, smart play from the Omen as well. You saw the 1v1 Omen versus Phoenix outside of U-Haul. The thing that I wanted to note was that it was actually Omen that knew when the firewall was going to go down, because they waited for the second for that to go down. She actually got the jump onto Phoenix. It's just a bit surprising for me because, you know, it's Phoenix. You're the one with the firewall. You should know precisely the timing on that one, but very well done from Omen.
Yeah. Right now, though, 4-2, and it's starting to look like AE Celestè are having a tough time with these defenses.
She used that wall just to get that orb safely, though. She doesn't quite have her ultimate just yet. I think 1 or 2 ought to do it. There's a nice pre-fire around the left side corner.
You know, you pick up the alt orb, at the same time, you're denying your opponents the alt orb.
That's
so
true.
I would say it's pretty worth the 200 credits that the Blaze Wall costs, but that's even better, right? Sheriff, 800 credits, you get a nice headshot off of it, and you put your team at a number advantage. Now she's going for the second. We know how deadly a Neri can be. Will she be able to win this duel? The hot hands comes out. Oh my god, Jamil misses her shots, doesn't reload in time as well. And a Neri picks up a Vandal. Now they don't know where she is. Oh, but she dies to baby TZ. Ayumi's there to back her up on the other side though, and it's gonna be Iceberg with the Bucky lying in wait at the bottom of Hookah. They have to jump out of this one. They need to go for it, and it's gonna be the Bucky shot. She misses. Tarathiel picks it up. Oh, it's gonna be a 1v1. Baby TZ with a heal. Is it gonna be enough though?
Oh, she's multitasking. She's planting in that firewall just so she can heal as fast as possible. And there's Ayumi versus Phoenix 1v1. Phoenix over on the left side though. Ayumi jiggle peeking gets her in the back. Very nicely done. The thing is, you know, she's got the rifle and she's got the sheriff, so it's gonna be a really easy defuse for her after get that team wipe. But what a good play.
What a good play. And I mean, when it comes to a 1v1 like that, you have no idea where Ayumi's going to come from. It could be anywhere. Hookah, Octagon, CT, elbow maybe even.
Yeah, she was expecting Hookah, which is why she backed out towards the left. She was expecting long of Hookah at that point. Bit unfortunate.
Yeah, bit unfortunate. 4-2-3 right now, and AE Celestè are not going to back down without a fight. Full buys on both sides. But still, look at the ultimates. It's 4-on-3, and we have 2 Killjoy lockdowns. This could be one of those rounds. That
oh, for sure. It's going to be lockdown for lockdown traded.
Very possible, but still, it's going to be the contest for Hookah control. Tarathiel, she shoots down the Boombot, doesn't want to give too much away.
Yeah, that was really quick. I like how she knows that that's pretty much the rebound spot versus the boxes for Hookah. And there's the drone gonna come out. Hunters of Fury as well. Not quite tagging anyone though. So it's gonna be 1 ultimate down.
Ultimate down, and now it's back, and 3 ultimates. Ultimates, and now Neri pops her run it back, trying to maybe get a little bit of information off of this. Flash through the smoke, they heard it, and that's going to give her the run it back down. She's back down to 100 points of health.
Yeah, they're actually rotating over towards A. You can see Raze
You
as
should
well as
run.
Omen all the way down to A main already. There's a KG lockdown though. Open up the skies, destroying that lockdown, just using that one to make sure they got rid of it. Muffin trying to satchel onto site with that little cute play, gets shot down from heaven by a Yumi. And right now, it looks like they're committing to A main though.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, they're going to be flooding onto the side pretty darn soon. And 5v4, I would say A Celeste are more than ready for this. The Hunter's Fury all the way from B short as well. Now they'll be rotating over. Still, Defender, Killjoy lockdown in place. By a bit of time, Amargo does win that duel, so numbers advantage definitely on AE Celeste, but Yamro has something to say about this. She's looking for even more, gets the second kill, looks for the third, gets shut down, and it's going to be AE Ayumi back into the game. The turret is there as well, and this means that Jamil cannot peek without sustaining quite a bit of damage. It's the shocker to lock her back in as well. She's gonna take a duel head on, but it's gonna be Iceberg in the end of the day to get the double kill for her team. 4-on-4 right now, and AE Celeste are back.
That was so close. It was such good target selection too, because KJ is very much standing in a line with her tower, and the thing that's really devastating about the KJ tower is that it's not just the fact that the damage absolutely shreds you, it's also that it applies the slow, which makes it really hard for you to avoid any sort of subsequent shots. But she just completely, you know, ignored the tower, just went straight for the KJ. After you do that, you know that the tower gets deactivated and can't damage your teammate. So it's definitely very good target selection.
Very, very well played on both sides. This is definitely a very deserving grand final, and both teams paying a lot of respect to each other. No one is over peaking at this current moment.
I love the skin, the monster.
There's even the unicorn one.
This is a 2.0, right?
Yeah.
That's the glitch pop version
Glitch Pop
2.
2.0.
My favorite line. Okay, what are my top 3 favorite lines?
Top 3. Okay, what are the top 3 favorite lines?
Oh my god, I like the Horizon.
Horizon.
Christmas Wonderland.
All right.
Wonderland was so good also. Sakura line is good. Celestè is so pretty. I like all the girly skins.
Okay,
Not gonna lie.
That's more than 3. Do you know how to
5.
count?
5.
5.
5.
All the skins are pretty, of course. I mean, it is right after all, they're designing them. And, I mean, Reaver Vandal, that's just edgy, edgelord energy that's radiating from a Yumi right now. She's holding this.
Oh my god! 3 edgy, 5 me. Pays off in the end, gets Yamro straight in the head when Yamro doesn't check her corners.
Oh my gosh. And right now with the Nano Storm to flush someone out of the corner from Blue Hall as well, but they don't expect Margot to be lurking deep inside. Comes out with the peek, and it's going to be the double kill, and AE Celeste picks up the 5th win for their team. AE Celeste are playing a lot more passively and defensively right now. They're hearing and waiting for utility before reacting to it, and that is why they're coming out on top.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot less of like aggressive Celeste, which is like, you know, even though they play on defense, sometimes they do push out when they get 1 or 2 kills. So we're seeing a very controlled, measured playstyle. It's always good to see. I mean, definitely both squads, these girls, they know what's at stake here. It's not just first or second place, it's also points on top of that leaderboard.
That's absolutely right. And that's why we have a smoke outside of showers right now.
They're playing double shower too. They're putting so much priority on shower control.
Shower control, I mean, if you do push onto A and you don't have shower control, it makes the defenders have an advantage in terms of retakes, right? You get the alt orb, and you also have this position that the attackers will not quite expect, and that is it. Yamro teleports just a little bit too aggressively, right? There's no one there to defend for her, and of course, it's going to be the swing now that they have information, but layer on top of layer, Aneri now has the information. They know where they are, and she's looking for it. 1 in showers, 1 by A short, and she's gunning them down, looking for Baby TZ. Still, though, the spike is in the hands of Mad Army, and they haven't quite committed just yet. They have the option to rotate over onto B, and Neri knows this, so she's going to rotate.
Yeah, she's trying to get the counter rotate first over through CT. Of course, CT is the faster path. And the thing is, I think it's the Raze that's the one carrying the spike. So she's a bit late to the party.
30
right here,
seconds
but they
left.
are taking one.
Remaining.
Oh!
Last player standing.
They do
Wow.
trade
Spike
1 for
down,
1.
B.
Yeah.
Spike gonna go down. Oh, and Raze is absolutely nowhere here to stop it. So they're gonna get the spike plant down, and they know that Taratha's very likely gonna be coming from CT side.
Oh, baby TZ. She picks the aim fight against Tarathiel. Despite the height advantage, Tarathiel is such an experienced player that she knows how to place her crosshair, winning that fight with a headshot, and of course the 6th win for her team. Not the way I would have played that 1v1 though, but it's valiant
same.
effort nonetheless.
I think a lot of players, you know, they'll probably want to play that a bit more safe. So you get the plant down, and then you have so much time. We've got like a couple more seconds. You either want to probably maybe go through elbow, pick a good spot to hide. I think the side of container is also one of those like really sneaky spots where you can't get spotted out by CT. But you know, you have the plant down and just kind of wait to run out the timer. It doesn't really matter if you get the 1v1 or not. I think at this point, Mad Army should kind of prioritize the round wins instead of the team wipe, but we'll see.
I think what Baby TZ was actually trying to go for back there was just to get information and back off, but that is what Ayumi's trying to do as well.
Yeah,
1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, that was not worth because she lost the operator there.
True, very true. Now Margot is in position. She's waiting for Baby TZ to push in. Still though, the operator is on the ground.
Yeah, Spike dropped over via Link. Iceberg, oh.
Very hefty investment, in fact, though. And now both teams, man, it's so intense. You can just feel the pressure on both sides. They don't want to push on either side. I mean, if Celestè peeks out, Jamil will get the drop on him. If Jamil pushes in without any utility, that's going to be Iceberg who will
she's
fall.
thinking about it. You could see she was just like left, right. She was just, you know, kind of losing patience right there, just wanting to go for that peak. But they do have the cooldown onto the recon dart. But that's a nice fake. So they drop the dart onto B, make them think that it is going to be. But meanwhile, they can see the smoke going down. Double smokes onto
30
A
seconds
right
left.
there, blocking out the back with CT side as well as U-Haul. So now 25 seconds left. They know it's going to be A.
Yeah, it most certainly is. I think Iceberg heard the footsteps as well when they were backing off. Ooh, and Margot was just lying for that. She had the drop on him. Spike carrier down, and now there's only 10 seconds left to plant. Yoki, she's going for it. She could very well stick it right now, but still a 3v3, and it's the boom bot from Tarathiel. Baby TZ falls. It's a 1v1, 2-for-2 trade, and it puts them in this very intense position. Iceberg gets the information as well now. Yamroll, Paranoia, very well played. It's going to be the full reset in this 1v1.
Oh, Iceberg, can she clutch this one out? Oh my god, she's going to get wallbang!
Oh, Yamroll! The wallbang, and then the shots.
Last round in the half.
That was nuts. That was insane. So, it looked like she was going to go for the fake. It looked like she was just going to tap it and the reposition, but she actually didn't. She actually held it, trying to go for the half diffuse. Just that sort of greed, I think, was ultimately what cost them at the end.
A little bit of greed, but also a little bit of genius.
Lots of good shooting.
Yeah, good shooting from Yamroll. Also, Mad Army, this is why you want to plant by those boxes. It's wall bangable, and in a 1v1, you get to do a play like that. Just absolutely incredible. And Neri, same thing. Go for ult orb control. It is the last round of the first half, and she's only 1 point away from her ultimate. If she gets a kill, it's going to convert into a run it back. A lot of value off of that one ultimate. Now Jamil, bulldog play. She gets it. Iceberg now looking to trade, and it's a muffin. Showstopper completed, and of course, a lot of space created.
Yeah, and just talking about 1v1 on the side, and there you're gonna flash not going to land. Got another one. This time, though, second time's the charm. Picks up that kill on top. They're gonna catch each other in the smoke. Iceberg picks up Yoki. Baby TZ responding with that Ayumi kill, but Neri ultimately gonna get Baby TZ in response. And as you talked about, the run it back, just a lot of utility that managed to pick up using the firewall to get the orb. Also, the thing is, you're on bind, and firewall is actually kind of one of the most, I don't want to say useless. It doesn't have as much use on this map because you don't really have a big mid area that you're trying to block out. So you're thinking, say, like it's not like Ascent, for example, where your firewall is really good to try and crush mid. So it's not the end of the world, you know, if you're just going to use that skill. to pick up your alt orbs. It's definitely cheaper than Sage Wall, for example, to try and pick up the orb safely.
Yeah, it's not a solid wall, but you have a lot of options to go along with it, like what Aneri's doing. Block vision, pick up the alt orb and scoot away. Or you could use it to split sides in half, and that's the one thing that I haven't quite seen Baby TZ do just yet. So far, they've been using the walls to heal themselves back up, and that is in itself a very strong ability as well. Right now, Shower's control, Yoki gets information, doesn't get tagged, so she's going to back up for free, and that is a very, very big play. She knows that there are people in Showers right now, so her teammates will be able to work with that information.
Yeah, Flame also, like on attack, you kind of use it on A as well because neither side is running Sage. So instead of using that Sage wall at default, you actually use a Flame wall and just send it straight through the middle.
Very possible. But both teams right now, they're just really playing the long game. They picked up alt orbs both on B long and Showers. So in the long run, this is going to build towards game-changing ultimates for the side of AE Celeste. Not to mention, they are up by a 2-round advantage right now.
Careful now.
Yep, so Hot Hands just gonna delay the push onto A site. Raphael though losing that fight over at triple. Yamril gonna pick her up and Mary wallbanging Baby TZ. Marco as well picking up a Yamril for the 2 bomb. Now hasn't gone down. Only got about 25 seconds left on the clock, and that was such a good boom bot. Just kind of distracting them, so you're giving her that choice to either shoot that boom bot or you shoot me. But ultimately, Muffin is gonna get taken out by that combination of the Nanostorm grenade and just a Yumi straight shots into the body.
Wow, what a round. I mean, Pistol, you're going to need information, and the way that AE Celeste are playing it is a little bit slow. They get the alt orbs, and then they decide to hit A, and it was an A split as well. I mean, once you hear the alt orb, if you were on Mad Army side, you're thinking it still could be a B, and this means that your rotate is going to be a little bit slower. So AE Celeste just had the entire advantage towards all those fights. Number advantage and timing, positioning, everything.
Oh wow, so they just kind of scoped out Hookah, but then they actually rotated all 5 towards B along here. It's gonna scout out a bit with that owl drone.
It's another second round advantage for the Mary.
Yeah, that's nuts.
She
Girl
is
is so much money.
A lot of money, a lot of confidence, and a lot of firepower to boot. To Raphael, blast pack into sight. Now they're looking for Muffin, but the shotty will not do anything today. Spike does go down, and of course the smokes are in place to stop them from coming into this retake.
Oh wow, that was the right-click grenade. You love it to see it. That's the close-range grenade. I think a lot of players just assume that, you know, they angle that grenade and they press that left-click on it. But if you do use the right-click option, it kind of rolls it a bit more towards you. It's very short range, and a lot of times you don't see that used as often just because there is a potential for that to actually do splash damage on you if you're not careful. So don't really see it as much, but that was nicely done.
Yeah,
Just rolled it past container at the back.
Absolutely right. It's a right click that you don't get to see that often, but the fact that they use it this way is something that you want to study. Omen one-way smoke as well, so Ayumi will not want to peek this. Waiting for it to dissipate, and they're playing the slow game.
Yeah, no one in Showers actually, so Tarathu is going to get a good positioning right here. I don't really think that Mad Army will push back out though, so I don't really think this will convert into a kill. There's that drone, they carry it.
You're dead.
Brimstone smokes, this is it.
That's the strength of Brimstone. It works in favor of Sight. Executes like that, and Aneri just walking onto Sight. Baby TZ was not prepared for it. They get information, they get numbers advantage, and they get the spike down. Pin shells as well to create a lot of space. Yoki is in a tough position right now. As soon as those smokes go away, she is in a very, very open place. No cover, but Yamro makes it work anyway. Peeks out at U-Hall, takes Margot down, no more smokes, and it's going to be an even 4-3 fight. Oh, what's Mary thinking? Hot hands out? They know where she is right now.
Oh my god! Massacre!
It's going to be the one operator versus 3 rifles from that army, and of course, when you get double peeked with an operator, you can't hit 2 people.
Yeah, it's absolutely crucial for them to win this round. Is the third round after the Swabs did eco round 2, and then round 3 is kind of where you want them to bring it back. So bring it back, they absolutely are doing. It's 9-6 in the final game of the grand finals for this season of the FSL Valorant Open Circuit. What a close game, what a close series. I'm just really impressed with Mad Army because when we saw them face up against AE Celestè earlier today, it was what, 13-1 in that matchup, and you're like, well, they're gonna have a tough time even if they make it through the entire lower bracket if they match up against Celestè again, but they've proven us wrong.
Oh yes, they most certainly have. Mad Army, it's almost a completely different beast right now. They're taking AE Celestè toe-to-toe, face-to-face, and of course flash to flash. They're trying to push AE Celestè all the way back, but the op shot has been sounded off. Neri's looking to take the op off of her hands right now. They're pushing really, really aggressively onto the site, and I mean, Mad Army are just reacting appropriately off of this. Oh, but Jamil gets taken down by Tarathiel. That was a very nice push through the smoke by AE Celestè.
Yeah, really nice effort. You know, the satchel just straight into elbow right there. Are gonna make it a 5v4. Yoki right now trying to find a good angle. It's always hard to shoot that blind angle through the smoke when you are Sova, but she does make it happen. Muffin gotta be careful on the right side though. Over elbow does pick up Tarathiel with that nice flick. And Neri though is gonna trade that 1-for-1 wall bang onto the boxes. Bomb is ticking.
And so are the players. Their health points are ticking down. We're starting to see it. AE Celestè on attack. They are used to this. They know how to play this. They come in with the side execute, push and exert pressure onto Mad Army. They have no choice but to fall all the way to the back of site where they get caught in fights and lose. And at the same time, once the spike goes down, AE Celestè knows how to play these post-plant lockouts. I mean, Mad Army, they try to go in with the fights, but you're starting to see that there is a little bit lacking in teamwork when they come in with retakes, right? Muffin just pushed out all by her lonesome. She gets taken down, and then her two teammates come in for the refrag. It's a little bit too late for it, and AE Celestè already prepared a crossfire for that. Right now, though, a Neri running back, information play all the way into A short. Tarathiel taking the duel with her teammate onto Showers as well. They should have control over this A site, but they also have the option to rotate if they so choose. Instead, it's going to be the plant, and of course, the Brimstone Smoke commitment. Oh, and Neri just playing that duel to perfection. They weren't expecting it.
Absolutely, and gets that nice kill off of Yoki, and these bombs going to be taking down 5v3 already. We're starting to see the gun difference. Muffin does pick one up with that judge onto Margot, however, that does get taken down in return. But I mean, you know, if you're Mad Army, your eco was pretty broken that time around. I think they went for one judge and a bunch of pistols. So they're kind of expecting to not make all that much happen earlier. So, you know, they picked up, what, 1 kill, I think? They're not too happy with that, but at least it was something. But it is going to mean that they do have enough credits this time around to go for that full rifle buy. Yoki, though, not going to have the full shield. So she's going to be 25 health down off of everyone else. That might make a difference.
A little bit, but I'm going to have to direct your attention. I mean, you're seeing a lot of recon faults, but at the same time, the score, 11-6 right now. If Mad Army loses this round, they have no choice but to go with a force buy on the next, which is going to put them in a very, very disadvantageous position. Not what you want to have at match point.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. I think 11's really kind of like, you know, the magic number. Do you save and do you count, do you put all your eggs into that round 12 basket? That's like the full confidence play right there. But this time, you know, as you mentioned, if they lose this round, it's going to be really hard with a broken economy to try to pull this one back. So they're playing things really slowly. It's just 50 seconds down on the clock, and they're just firing a couple of shots over into CT.
Oh, they were anticipating the push. The Blaze Wall kind of hit the corner of the wall there, so not quite what Neri wanted, but it's a fake. And at the same time, nice Killjoy lockdown from Mad Army. They do buy enough time for the rotate to come in, and it's a 5v3 retake. take. Mad Army should be able to win this, but Muffin just a little bit too antsy. Goes in for the full commit still though. Her teammates are there to back her up. It's all up to Iceberg, and Jamil takes it. 11-7 now.
The reverse of the 7-Eleven that we saw earlier. It's a store and more.
It's a store and more, but it's also Mad Army coming back in the game. They make the full buy work out in the end.
For
so
sure. They
even if they
absolutely
lose
needed
here,
to win that.
yeah, they absolutely needed to. Even if they lose this one, it's still match point. Not what you want to have, but they will have economy going into it, so not the worst. And right now, AE Celestè, they're definitely, I mean, losing momentum, right? After that one loss, it's like, you know, earlier on we were winning, you know, 2, maybe 4 rounds in a row, and now we're losing. You have to be, like, in their shoes and think, what are we doing wrong?
Yeah, for sure. If they lose this one, they're going to be forced to equal the next round. And then before you know it, it's going to be something like an 11-9 before they can full buy again. That's going to make the game very close. So Mad Army definitely want to push the tempo, push the momentum that they do have. You can see this double stack right here over towards the tree side belong.
Yeah, but not a lot of contesting from Mad Army. They pay a lot of respect to AE Celestè. Anytime there's utility being spent, they fall back. Instead, they actually hold on to their utility to play the retakes game. But of course, if they, whether or not they win retakes is another story right now. 3 players on B, 2 on A. And, I mean, this puts AE Celestè in a prime position to take the B site.
Yeah, but I mean, Mad Army, you know, they're not really sure where they're going to commit to. It's at 35 seconds, so we've got to make a move fast.
A nice jump from Baby. She actually spots them out, tries to make something happen, but
What?
oh no! The Blaze Ball not at the best position right now. AE Ayumi, she's taking control of the site. It's hers and her team's. Last 2 players on Mad Army trying to do the best that they can, but no ultimates, no utility, and of course, they get shut down. 12-7. It is match point, Rayra.
Match point.
Oh no, their economy.
Match points. Yeah, oh, they're being forced to go for the Guardian this time around. So looking for 2 Vandals, a Sheriff. Yamro's very likely going to pick up a Sheriff too, unless one of her teammates, I think, might drop her the rifle. Yeah, oh my god, she's going to go for Stinger. See, Stinger, the thing is, you have a fighting chance of Stinger versus Spectre. Stinger versus Vandal, Phantom, not so much. That's going to be huge gun difference right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to how they play it, their positions, their information, and timing. It's going to be all full 5 Celestè players over by Belong, and they're not giving away a lot of information. You hear one Sova drone, and they're pushing along with it as well. This gives them the clear on the turret, but Aneri gets a shot onto Baby TZ as well. That's already 1 rifle gone. Now the 2nd rifle. This is not good at all. Lockdown in place as well. Oh, now they're running back.
Yeah, so QJ Lockdown isn't gonna get any.
Oh!
Wait a minute, Aneri, what was that?
Absolutely perfect flick, back to back, and now Tarathiel. They had the information after the initial kill from Jamil, and Tarathiel just knows where she is. Showstopper into the game. And of course, 13-7 is your final score line. AE Celestè are your grand champions of the very first FSL Valorant Open of the year 2021.
Whew, what a comeback that series. I mean, Celestè versus Mad Army. We've been thinking Celestè are the heavy favorites coming into this tournament, right? They've won FSL 4 times, now make it 5. But I mean, coming into today, we're like, okay, they're the heavy favorites. They're the fan favorite for sure. We've been seeing so many good plays from them. And then they won that for earlier game versus Mad Army so decisively. But then we came into the grand final series, and Mad Army won that first round versus them on Haven. We're like, oh, boys, we've got a series on our hands. And Celestè, they were down 1-0 in that best of 3, but they came back so hard.
They really did. I mean, this is the grand finals after all. Very deserving for these two teams. But I mean, just taking a look at the scoreboard as we saw earlier on, Ineri and Ayumi again. It's these two girls, time and time after again. They always get the entries. They always defend the side. I mean, Ayumi, even on Killjoy, she's performing so well. Earlier, it was Icebox, and they had that Raze and Jet duo. They did so much, but right now, even as Phoenix and Killjoy,
Yeah, that was nuts. I mean, we saw it in the all chat before this game started. And they were like, you know what, Ineri, please no Jet. And Ineri's like, really? All right, okay, I won't play Jet. She didn't play Jet, didn't matter. She's still literally top of the scoreboard, top fragging it out. Girl, come on.
oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. But I mean, at the same time, look at Yamril and Baby TZ. They stepped up to the plate. They showed them that they were capable of carrying their team as well. And I mean, not to mention Muffin and Yoki, they did so much work at the same time. Just a little bit more unfortunate. Bind turned out to be a map that AE Celeste was pretty darn strong on. They had the teamwork, they had the coordination. When they pushed onto sides, they did it together as a team. Even as we saw on the very last round, full five-woman squad towards B long. And that is something that you don't want to mess with.
Yep, for sure. But also huge props to Mad Army. I mean, you know, these girls, they know this rivalry. They know this Celeste Mad Army. That's going to be the new rivalry going on from here on out. But props to them, you know, they're ending second. That's, of course, out of 40 teams. That's a result that I'm sure they've got to be pleased with. Also, they do take home the second place prize pool, which is going to be a sweet $300 for the team all around. Celeste, of course, going to be top of the leaderboard this time, probably winning $500 as well as, I think it's 10 points on the top of the circuit.
10 points on the FSL Valorant circuit, which will culminate in the very, very last one. We've been talking about it all throughout the match, and today it is going to be the maybe first FSL Elite, possibly an offline tournament. That's going to be a very interesting one. But the more interesting thing for these teams is the fact that there is a $5,000 prize pool. That is a lot of money on the line.
Yep, a lot of money on the line, a lot of pride on the line too. I think for both these teams. I mean, I can't wait till next month in April when we see the Celeste versus Mad Army matchup again. Might not be in the finals, might see it, you know, group stages or what have you. But wow, new rivalry being born. We just saw it.
New rivalry, and I mean, this has been an incredible weekend. I mean, we had how many signups was it again? There was
it was like 46 or like 52. We had so many teams sign up.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and only 40 teams were. I mean, that's the max amount of slots that we have for this tournament.
If you didn't make it this time, sign up faster next time. Yeah, sign up next month. The month after that, April, May, June, July, August. We're gonna have FSL opens every single month from March through to August. So if you didn't make it this time, grab your team and make sure you get that registration in quick. Fastest fingers, not just in game shooting those hits, but also for those signups, guys.
Yeah, if you want to sign up as fast as possible, the best way to do it is to like and follow every single one of FSL's socials. On Facebook, it's FSL FPS Games. Of course, it's the stream that you're watching right now. But we're also on Twitter and Instagram. That's where you want to look at if you're looking for news on the signups. Of course, it's going to be another FSL Valorant Open for next month, and also the following 5 months, in fact. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But at the same time, I mean, before we end it, we have to give huge shout outs to our sponsor. We cannot do this without them. We cannot have these incredible prize pools without every single one of our sponsors. Of course, the very biggest one, it's going to be Intel, right? It's all about the processing power. It's all about the frame rate. And that is why these girls are able to perform as well as they do. Of course, aside from that, new sponsor, we've talked about it, Tokenized Exchange.
Yep, huge props to Tokenized Exchange, the next generation digital currency exchange. If you guys been watching our Facebook stream, you guys would have seen the plug over in chat. You know, just want to check that out. If you guys sign up through that code, you all will get a $5 promotional code for your new account. So y'all will want to, you know, click that now the tournament's over. You're like, what do I do for the rest of my Sunday night? That's what
do I
you
do
gotta
with my prize money? buy some digital currency or something, right? But at the same time, we are also supported by Yahoo as well as the Singapore Esports Association. They've been supporting us ever since last year, I think, with the Select Start World Connected series as well. But at the same time, we are also part of the GEF, Global Esports Federation Generation World Connected Series for this year, 2021. A lot of exciting things and a lot more FSL Valorant action to be had.
Yep, guys. So as mentioned, if you guys want to follow us through more of the action, like all of the FSL social media, I think it's fsl.gg over on Instagram as well. But if you guys were, tuning into us over the weekend, you like what you hear, and you want to follow us individually on our socials, once again, this is Hey I'm Quack. Do I say Hey I'm Quack? Do I just say Quack?
You call me Quack, but I am Hey I'm Quack.
So when you say you're like,
stuff.
Hey I'm Quack.
Yeah, it's Hey I'm Quack
Got
just
it.
because Quack was taken. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, if you want to follow this lovely, lovely lady right here, she's been working hard for the past 3 days. Friday she was casting PCS for how many hours was it?
That's true. It was the whole day. I think we ended our broadcast at like 10:30 at night.
Yeah,
So
her voice is pretty worked up right now.
Prayer
So
circle for my voice.
prayer circle. Send your thoughts and prayers to her at her socials at Ray Rachu. Am I right?
It's very true. Pretty much everything. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch.
Facebook.
That's the one.
Twitch
all of them.
also, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
at the same time, huge thanks to FSL and also our players. I mean, if not for them, we don't have a tournament to begin with. And you have been seeing their MVPs and their photos all throughout the day, right, during the commercial breaks. And they are reachable on social media as well. I mean, I think if you follow Instagram, our FSL Instagram person actually tags them. So if you want to follow, that's where you can look them out for. And I know that Yoki streams as well. Some of these players stream. So be sure to look out for all of that. And I mean, with that, it's been a great weekend of FSL Valorant action. But in all seriousness, this is FSL. I mean, it's all about providing a safe space and a nice, encouraging, competitive environment for female gamers all across the globe and especially Southeast Asia.
Yep. Of course, the entire circuit of FSL would not have been made possible without all of you guys, our viewers back home. Thanks for watching us this entire weekend. We hope we brought you guys a lot of entertainment. We hope you guys got some new inspiration, taking that 3 Bucky play into your solo queue.
Raise.
Tell us all about it. Leave it in the comments. Just tag FSL. If you play that 3 Bucky, if you guys win, tag us. We want to see that too. But with that, guys, just thank you so much for taking time out of your weekend to spend it with us. We'll see you next month.
Next month.